we're watching is map number 1. I think that we're all starting at
the winners finals with a 150-41 victory there. They will strike first, Mommy. Are you surprised by that?
No, I'm not surprised by that. They really wanted to end the hill there, and that's why the XS1 Goliath was pulled out. And they absolutely did it with such finesse. And like you said a while ago, that with the Goliath really just protecting me. Thank you so much. I'm protected by 3 really strong men right now.
We got your back, Mommy, okay? We got to protect the queen out here, folks. But we need to hop on over towards our COD Mobile Champs qualification match here for the Middle East and South Asian region. One of these two teams is moving forward. We're in map number 2 fire range, and we're still in the first round of 4v2 situation for True Rippers. As they take in map number 1, we see them playing from the attacker side, but Bones, 2 players lined up. He takes down 1, but in a 1v3 scenario. He sees Techno, but Techno's going to disengage, does not want to give him a fight in which he wants, and Techno plays it smart.
Techno had a 4-piece in that round. What an opener for True Rippers. And honestly, if you're going to be comparing Revenant and True Rippers are the True Rippers here in this particular game mode. Search and Destroy for them are their butter and bread. Just because of how well they actually perform, especially with Kevin on their side, it's crazy.
And also, too, guys, when they played this map, and I think it was the quarterfinals or the semis yesterday, it went to around 11 between these two teams. So we can only hope it goes the distance once again. But as we're in round number 2, it's a 5v5 situation. We're on board with Kevin, one of the best snipers I've seen in COD Mobile since I've been a part of the scene. And we'll see if he can find this opening play for his squad. Looking towards back A site. He sees his player rotating towards Ken. Woo! Just misses the shot.
That wall just blocked it for him. That would have been such a big kill. And I feel like it's actually deja vu all over again because we saw these two teams battle it out here in firing range. But then Zyro with that opening pick off of Cheese.
Oh, Zyro with the first blood. We'll see if Kevin responds eventually. But when it comes down to the defenders, they are currently in the power position, having this man advantage and being a defensive squad. But trophy system's going down towards A. It seems like True Rippers want to prioritize the site. The trophy system got destroyed, I believe. Nope, here you go, right there on the screen. Just kind of took a nade out the air, but smokes will go out. We got some more trophy systems on the ground. Revenant knows that this will be the play. You see the pressure coming through from Oil, but Techno is going to be able to guard Kevin here towards the back end. Bones takes him out. Kevin needs to hit a big shot, and he does. Kevin like things in the moment.
Kevin never misses the shot. You will always depend on him if you need to go down to that 1v1s. And speaking of his team, though, you can see Revenant is also going to have that response as well as Oil. We did see that 1v3 clutch plus defuse. That was absolutely crazy.
All right, low early trophy system in wood, protecting themselves from any pre-nades that may come through that door to stop the rotation going towards the B site. But we heard from Fakes earlier today talking about how esports has changed him, how esports has changed his life, created bonds with his teammates, created a brotherhood for his squad, and now we see them working together, trying to fight, make it to champs. What a story. And you know, both these squads here, this is an important matchup for them. They've worked all year long to make it to this point, to go further than this, to be champions, and we'll see if they can do that.
True Rippers with a slower approach. This is going to be good for them. They need to play for picks because they've been having a really great time, especially having that 2 up. They need to actually go and pull through here for the side of Revenant just because of how well they've been playing the last games. Not here. They lost that 1 round, especially with that clutch, and the confidence right now is on the side of True Rippers.
It is, and I think they got a lot of confidence on their side. One thing I will say is that when it comes down to Revenant, wow, we saw the bullet trail come across map from Zyro. He says, Kevin, don't try me. I know you think you can snipe, but, you know, in this pressure matchup, in this big time, on this big stage, you know, he's ready to make the plays. So Zyro opens it up for the defense and just solidifies their setup just a bit more. Now, I was talking about how when it came down to the defensive Revenant, I love their composure. They didn't get too aggressive. They were waiting for that pick, but after the pick from Zyro, we're starting to see Revenant move through backwood, get this pinch on True Rippers, and they're being a little bit more aggressive, and I like that from Revenant. They know that they have the advantages, they have the man advantage, and they're working together to clean this round up and get their first on the board.
That was such a clean retake for Revenant. Even though they did have that first blood, they were able to actually utilize that man advantage and actually go in for the backstab. That was the great push, right? I like seeing plays like that just because we don't really get to see it that often. Then speaking of, they actually leave the bomb right now. Someone gets to pick it up, and finally Mystic is going to be able to pick up the bomb. Very passive play yet again here. They're just going to be here hanging out in wood.
Oh my god, it may have been a beautiful defensive read or defensive call from the side of Revenant. They stacked 4 players towards B. You see, it was Zyro who got the opening pick once again, I want to say, with the snipe. And now Revenant with a man advantage. This is where they feel the most comfortable. This is where they're going to slow it down, allow themselves to gather some more intel before they possibly switch from the defense. From the defensive squad to really going on a hunt and using that man advantage to clean up these kills.
Zyro, big plays. He's such an essential player for his team, and the role of the sniper is always to get that opening pick, and he's been doing that job. Kevin needs to step it up. Just there can only be one sniper here, and that's what Zyro says, and Cheese also brings it down into a 4v4.
Oh, 4v4 situation. Bomb down, 38 on the clock. Mystic trying to guard the back A site. But as we see towards the mid-map, a kill being picked up from Zyro. Mystic trades it out. Oil goes down. Kevin with a double snipe in the round. 2v1 is all up to Zyro. Can he do it? Will he take down Cheese? Will this end in a sniper battle? We're about to find out as he moves in. He knows where Cheese is, but it's Kevin. And he takes him out with the valve. Gets in. Enough time for the decap. And once again, Revenant, they're going to clutch up in this round. Zyro's here to play.
Zyro is not joking around. Right? He ain't playing. Like, not only is he good with that sniper, but he can also use the AS Val. That guy was smart to actually not whip out his sniper, and he eventually evened things out at 2-2.
I'm not even gonna lie. I would have whipped it out and ego chowed him. just to shut him down and make him feel a little bit bad, but that's why I'm not playing here. That's why I'm not a professional. Zyro, he made the smart play, picking up both those kills with the Val, knowing that Kevin was going to have that snipe out in a moment. He forced him to hit the shot, and he could not. All tied up 2-2 in map number 2 as we're watching the last round of the first half. Can Revenant get one more defensive round in their books? Or is Kevin going to have something to say about it?
I mean, Blaze, I heard that you were pretty good with a sniper, so I'm pretty sure you'd be good in this game as well. But speaking of greatness, Kevin is going to be having that 5. They're going to be heavily stacking A, but then they're still trying to see if they can actually go get a pick before they go in for the push. But then one person is going to be going in for that trailer control. That is going to be absolutely essential. Fakes, not quite seen. That's going to be one person here, which is going to be Abyss.
Now, Cheese in a difficult situation, but he knows he can't move from the spot. He has to fight his way out. But the flank came through. Bones wasn't able to collect one. We're going to have a 4v3 in favor of Revenant. Can Techno even it up? He cannot. A 4v1. It's all up to Mystic. The last hope in this first half. He can't do it. But I will say, as an attacking team, taking 2 rounds. That's a pretty good job.
That was very impressive. And for the side of Revenant right now, Abyss actually made that play. And look at Fakes having 0 kills and already in 5 rounds. We are in round number 6, but he still has nothing. That is going to be very heavy, and he's being carried right now by his team.
Hey, well, you know, we know it's a brotherhood over there. We heard from Fakes earlier when we watched the player profile piece, so hopefully they are able to pick each other up here in the moment. We'll see if he has any better luck playing from the defensive side of the map. We're seeing an A stack here from True Rippers on the defense, but down low at the B hill, can Bones find an opening? Can he find one pick to give his team another option? Because if you find a kill down here, you're going to force your opponent to pretty much spread out this defense.
This defense is going to be really great. A 3-2 split is going to be very solid for the team of True Rippers. They need to get that opening pick, though, and it's probably going to be for the side of Techno, just because of how well he's already placed here inside the site. They need to go in for the punch, but no! Abyss is actually going to be able to shut it down. Really big kills for Abyss 7 already. already.
Çok güzel oynadı.
Now the trophy
2-0'dan
system's
2
destroyed.
yaptılar.
Kevin's gonna have to reposition Abyss. He needs to be careful. Whoa, just misses. There's Fake's double kill. He's finally on the board. Now, with those two coming through, the defense is looking a little bit stronger now. 4v3, Zyro with the shorty in hand. He's gonna disengage, and it seems like Revenant want to make a complete switch here on this play call. They're gonna have to be careful crossing towards the middle. They'll be okay, but looking at the mini map, it seems like True Rippers got the intel which they needed to shift on over.
Great call right now from True Rippers. Solid rotation. They absolutely read that to Phil. Knew that rotation was going to be coming into B, and then Kevin just has that double kill, ending the round, evening things out into a 3-3. That was just great. They were at a disadvantage, but they were able to pull through.
You know, we call out Fakes, and he pulls out a beautiful double kill in that round to help his squad get this one all tied up, 3-3. The last time these two squads, we went to round 11 on fire range, and I think we may go there again. Folks, strap yourself in, as we're going to have multiple utility used here off the start. The smoke grenades blocking off the cross here towards the mid lane, but no kills coming through. I take that back. We did have a kill come through. I missed Abyss possibly getting sniped there by Kevin off the opposite end.
Aleykümselam Emin Başkanım. Hoş geldin kardeşim.
Revenant
Var
obviously
olun,
being
eyvallah.
challenged right now for True Rippers. They've been going at it
Eyvallah, sağ
round by
olasın.
round, and it's a back and forth that we really like to see. I'm not going to be surprised if we are going to be seeing another search and destroy. But then speaking of, it seems to be like they're not going to be committing into Bravo, but that they're just leaving one person out, just in case there's going to be one person going in for the flank.
This nade's gonna
Grenade!
go in, no intel gathered from it. But Fakes was in there. He was actually in that right corner. I thought he was on the outside of the building, talking towards the A bomb site, but he does manage to survive that nade. His positioning was saw. They did see his positioning, but he's just gonna move himself back in. Now, in the moment, the advantage in favor of True Rippers. Where do you go here with this bomb? It seems like it's going to be an A-plant. We'll see if they can get it down.
Bölgesel turnuva var ya, playoff'lar.
It was
Bugün
not the
2. gün.
smartest thing to actually do. Then the bomb is down. It is going to be a 4v1 situation. I don't know why they went in for that rotation. They should have just pushed as a team, used the numbers to their advantage, but no, they didn't. They didn't do that, and True Rippers just absolutely took advantage.
Yeah, they did.
Abla çok
True Rippers
konuşuyor
did
ya.
not
Vır
play
vır vır
around
vır
on
vır.
defense, folks. And now Fakes went from being 0-4 to 6-4 on a 6th streak. He says, I will not be killless any longer after that first half. He has absolutely turned it up on defense. Now, as we're watching Revenant, they feel like they need to go for the deep push, but with these early smokes and these early nades, they may have possibly given up the play, or we'll see if True Rippers can get the read from the mini-map. True Rippers, they're not doing too much. They don't want to get faked out by the smoke. Bones moves in, he misses his shot. Mystic saves him, but Mystic almost came out with a double kill. Instead, Abyss is able to reset. 7 kills to his name so far in this map.
It's a fake, and it's not gonna make True Rippers budge. They're still leaving that one person in trailer, which is going to be the smartest thing to do. Fakes is not gonna fall for that fake, and the rotation in A already comes here. Oh, but then Trade Abyss is gonna be able to even things up, and they still might think that Bravo is gonna be going down. This is going to be really good. If we can see here, they're gonna commit here in Bravo.
And, you know, Reckless is going to get some timing as he's rotating out. He's getting pushed by everyone towards the mid-map. He can't lose the bomb in this situation. He just needs to get to the site. And now the play is busted as bomb is lost towards back alley. The defenders of True Rippers looking like in this 2v2 situation, they may be going towards map point and a possible 2-0 lead over Revenant. What a blunder by the bomb here.
That would have been so good if they actually went into the Bravo, but it's a good thing that both of his teammates stuck together and just absolutely slayed everyone in their way. But it's still very possible for Techno to actually get this 2-piece. The plan needs to go down though. There's only 16 seconds left on the clock, and it just seems like they're both going into that alpha flag.
Oh, I don't think the second player saw him. He knows the first is running desperately. Big kill, and now he's going to fully rotate, knowing his opponent has to plant the bomb. Doesn't have enough time either. What a fantastic round from Techno. After killing the bomb carrier, he played it flawlessly.
Revenant just couldn't make their mind up. They had such a great play in having that fake into Bravo and eventually just leaving 2 people here in A. But sadly, whoever was actually having that bomb...
He did too much.
He did too much, yeah. He should have just rotated
Just
into
ran
B.
to the side.
Exactly, knowing very well that B is clear.
Now here we go, heading into round number 9. Revenant, they need to get some plants down, get into this post-plant situation. They had a strong defense, but they need to work together quickly. You see this forward positioning from Abyss? He gets one, maybe a second, he will. Can he find a third? He knows where Kevin is. Here comes the flamethrowers back fight range. He gets Kevin, that's a 3-piece for him in a round. Bones is next, and he gets the ace in the round. Techno, he ain't playing around, folks.
Techno is going to be having that AI precision, and he's going to take over the world. It's going to be a 2-on-1. Techno is going to be able to do it. 10 kills in his name, but 17 seconds left on the clock. The pressure is on him.
Oh, can he do it? Can he do it?
Ya
I
yakın
gotta look at
oynasalar
myself
alırlar
here,
adamı
folks.
ama
I
adam
can't
şimdi
even
teker teker
lie.
olacak.
But in the end, Revenant is going to be able to take down Techno. The way the camera angle switched out, we watched Abyss pick up 3 kills. We watched Abyss pick up 3 kills. And then from that moment on, we went to Techno's POV and he got the double. And I thought Abyss got the ace, okay? I'm a little excited, folks. It's Championship Sunday. Bear with me here as we head to round number 10. Will we see another round 11? We're about to find out as we're kicking off with Oil as he's trying to make a play happen down towards B. But it will be Revenant getting that opening pick on face.
Knowing these 2 teams, it will very be probable, and this is what it is. It's going to be a 5v3 situation, and they need to go and commit to a side. It just seems like Bravo is going to be a little bit too open. I feel like the plant is going to be going down. They're going to be leaving 1 person here into that wood house, going in for the flank. Is he going to be able to get 1 spot? 1, but then, no, there's going to be 2 of them.
The reposition, I like it from Abyss, but he wasn't able to get out of harm's way. The bomb is about to go down at B. Bones loses the big up by the middle while his teammates planning, but Zyro with the snipe in the back, he's able to pick up 1. Reckless gets another, and now it's all up to Kevin to possibly clutch up this round and put his team up 2-0. But it's a 1v3, and Revenant, ooh, that's a 1v2. Oh, Kevin repositions. He comes back out for the challenge. 20 on the clock. Lots of time to work with. He switches out the shorty for Finnick. Finnick sniper combo. They stack up, and I love that play from Revenant. Be together in a position to be able to break out those kills. We're going to another round 11. What's the play, mommy?
It is no surprise that we are up here to this point. We can already see Abyss having that 13K. No one else can touch him, and maybe that one person is probably going to be Techno if he's going to pop off again like what he did in the last 2 games. And then here we go, Fakes. First very big opening kill.
And he pushes right through Trailer, takes over the game. He finds a second. That's 2 for Fakes. And he is letting his team know that you can count on him in the late game. Looking for the third. Give it to him. That's a 3-piece for Face. A 5v1 on the mat. And True Rippers looking to go 2-0 up in this series. Getting some sweet revenge against Revenant from their series yesterday. And this time around, they may win around 11. Let me gotta get ahead of myself because Zyro, he picks up 1. Surely not with 19 seconds. 17 seconds. 15 seconds. He needs a little bit more time. He run past a few, but he wouldn't need a collateral with that shorty if he wants to clutch up there. In the end, it will be True Rippers doing something special here on Championship Sunday.
True Rippers just always giving us a heart attack, but then they are in that path for revenge, and True Rippers wants to give Revenant the 3-0. They're like, you know what? Fakes actually listened to us. In that round number 5, he had a 0, and after that round, he got so many kills, and especially there.
You know what? I think he probably only got 2 deaths after that. Okay, just racked up. But the way he was able to just step it up under pressure on Championship Sunday in a qualification match, not a lot of players can do that, folks. Okay, man. What a fantastic map number 2. But folks, we got to hop back on over towards our winners finals. It's Insidious versus Vitality in map number 3. The winner of this one will get that 1 series lead into the grand finals. And as we can see, Mommy, we didn't get a chance to see the Search and Destroy, but Insidious, they're up 2-0 currently as we're in this domination.
I am not surprised surprising that Insidious is
Geriye
actually
bak,
in that
turnuva,
position. They
turnuva.
are the best S&D team in this tournament. And
Bölgesel
Vitality, they have a
turnuvanın
little bit of a hard
ikinciliği.
time in search and destroy. Knowing very well they pulled around number 11 yesterday. So it's going to be a very fast push here. 32 though in 17.
All right,
Yani
now.
dünyanın her
We're
yerinden
heading
yayın
on over
yapılıyor
towards
zaten.
P3.
Her ülkede
It is going to be
bir
Vitality
yayın.
that spawns on the far left of the mini map. Sorry, not P3, as they're going to be getting their home hill back. But the contention here coming towards being control room. As we're watching Burns, he gets taken out. Joe goes with the shorty. This is the
Aynen
perfect
abla,
position
kendi
in which you
turnuvası.
want this weapon
İkinci
to assist
gündeyiz.
his teammate. Playing these corners tight, trophy systems go down in the nick of time, but the kills are coming through, and there's absolute chaos here on top of this B hill.
Burns with the shutdown of Bravo, and those are going to be big kills that stops it from actually getting contained. It's going to be a 5-stack right now going into control room number 2. They need to get a hold of that top L into this second floor. Just because you have sights of Charlie and also Bravo, that is one position that you actually want to get. But no, they actually lose sight of that, and the Bravo control might actually ensue.
You know what? I tell you, I've seen some great shotgun gameplay in my life, folks, okay? And Joko's here in Championship Sunday. Man, he is hitting some full spreads with this shorty. But Sam, he's looking to match that energy. He can't do it. He's going to get mowed down there by Learn. And now this B hill.
Eyvallah Levent abim, hoş geldin, sefalar getirdik.
It's about to get decapped.
Yayına sesin geliyor mu bilmiyorum ama.
Of Insidious. Maybe I'm too ahead of myself, but just in the nick of time, they get it. But Dak needs to be careful. Jokos comes in with the grab slam, only able to take down one.
Atmazlar abla,
Honestly,
atmazlar.
that was really
Herif
unfortunate to see
atılacak
that
bir şey yok.
he kind of wasted that just one bit. He should have probably had that, waited for his teammates to wait in there for the push, but he was just
Şu an
in there
10 metre
one by
face'te
one.
bir de
He went
YouTube'da
in,
veriyordu.
and then just like that, it's going to be 61
Yani
and
herif
65.
atılacak bir durum
It's
şu
going
an
to be a
yok.
back and forth right now for
Eyvallah,
Insidious and
katılış var.
Vitality.
Hediye
The
olduğun
top
için
two
Allah
teams
razı
right
olsun.
now in
Kesene
the
bereket.
just really wanting to have that 50K.
Man, we're going to have another lead change in
Eyvallah
this
başkanım.
matchup. It goes in favor of Insidious, and talk about a close series. Vitality, they have to pick it up. They're down 0-2 in this series. But from what we've seen so far in this map number 3, Mami,
Ben
how do you
gizlice
like how
aralarına
Vitality
sığmışım abla.
is playing? Do you think that they have the opportunity to really take it in the second half?
Absolutely.
İyi şey
They've
veriyorlar.
been having a back and forth situation. You can see here it's only 3-point differential.
Probably the closest half I've ever seen.
Yeah, exactly. From the side of Vitality, they've been having such a great and dominating domination matchup. And yes,
Benim
it's probably
sesimde
hard
sorun
work.
var mı?
That's probably
Mikrofon
their
sesinde.
kryptonite here. But
yayına
no
geliyor mu benim
domination.
sesim?
You can already see it here. Summit is their map.
Now on board for Neutrino. As you're going to start to see, he brings out the shorty, but he can't take down Jokos. We had a shoddy battle on the stairs. Instead,
Vallahi
it's just
bilmiyorum
being
Derya
Insidious
abla,
capped
benim
up
de
the
çok
field
hoşuma
for the
gitti o.
first time. Looking to
Herhalde
pull away
sadece
with the
çoklu modda
score.
oynanıyor.
We'll see if they can do just that. We'll see how strong
Çok
their
güzel bir
defense is going
durumu
to
var.
be. Trunk's taking a lot of damage, but he's able to win that gunfight. 2 kills coming through for the side of Insidious, make it 3. And so far, they have their backside cleared out. They know exactly where their opponent is spawning it. It just comes down to them using that teamwork to lock this second half in.
Everything's coming out now. It's going to be the ops and also the score streaks, the Annihilator gameplay, just having that spawn kill. They can't even go and cross inside control room number 2. But then, now that they've used it up, you can already know that it's going to be Vitality's turn to really just use up all of their arsenal. And now we're going to be seeing a full push here, going into that top L, going into that Charlie flag.
Bak şunun dürbünü çok güzel.
Sam got hit with the concussion. He gets taken out. Here comes Insidious off to respawn. They still got they still got multiple players in the B hill controlling it. Doing a good job taking down these players on the back stairs. Vega's super aggressive here towards the back, but he has drawn a lot of players' attention, and this is what he should be doing. And what a beautiful double kill. Not allowing Vitality to get past his first layer of defense to even be able to get into gunfights with his teammates.
Fennec is just too strong, and I'm so glad it's finally gonna get nerfed. And they need to go in for the control here. And Vitality always losing their gunfight here, but finally gets a hold of that top L, going in over, extending into the spawn, but then Neutrino is gonna be able to shut that down.
Now, Learn, he's rotating to cover the backside of B. making sure no one's here at the catwalk. Oh, he loses that gunfight to death. That can't happen. Delete the VOD, folks. But now, Vitality, they need to use this opportunity to get into B. But look at the score. We've already broke that 130 marker, and I think Insidious may have done the hard part already, but he just needs to control one hill. Just keep doing what they've been doing. They have a lot of aggression being pressed towards the A hill as well, and they just keep moving that first layer of defense so far towards their opponent's side of the map, making Vitality dreams look hopeless here to win the winners finals. It's not looking good. Vitality may be the first team in the loser bracket finals, and I think, folks, it is going to be official. They had a lackluster performance to kick off the day. Insidious picking up where they left off, and they remain perfect so far in this tournament.
Perfection for the side of Insidious, and they've been showing everyone who is boss. There is a reason why they were #1 in India. There's a reason why they were the champs last year, and they're proving it to be they want to be the champs this year.
Yeah, they are definitely proving it. So congrats to Insidious. They move on to the grand finals, where they only have to win one more series to be your champs of the regional playoffs. But we still need to figure out who is going to play up against them. We know Vitality, they're knocked down towards the losers finals, and they're playing one of the winners of this last qualification match for champs. Okay, well, not one of these two winners. This is Vitality and Insidious, okay? But one of the winners of True Rippers in Revenant. As we know, that matchup has been absolutely wild, but True Rippers up 2-0 against Revenant. We didn't expect that because Revenant, they had so many close games
kimin kazanacağı asla belli olmuyor önceden mesela. Farka bakıyorsun, garanti bir takım diyorsun, mavi diyorsun, bir bakıyorsun kırmızı çevirmiş maçı almış. Evet, fark o kadar büyük olmasına rağmen kapatıyorlar.
Then you got Revenant, but True Ripper says, hey, you know what? We want to climb the ladder team by team, starting with Revenant first.
Bu mavi takım az önce maçlarını izledim. Onlar da güzel oynuyorlar ama biraz şansları vardı.
They need to go in for that defense.
2-0 öne geçtiler. Sonra adamlar 2-2 yaptılar. Sonra 5-3 öne geçtiler. Sonra adamlar 5-5 yaptılar. Yani kıl payı kurtardılar. 6-5.
They not new to this, they true to this, folks, okay? On board with Kevin as he shows us, he picks up one. Now, as he's looking to
Abla
rotate towards
isimlerine
the next.
bakarsan Türk değiller.
Kevin is going to
Sadece
be
isimlerin
okay
kısaltması
having
TR
this
çıkıyor.
this
Bak
height
sol
advantage.
tarafa. Buraya
Having the
Rigo.
sight lines here towards mid-map. The setup's looking
Yani
good
Türk
too as
olsalardı
well.
bence Türk ismini de
Now we'll
kullanırlardı.
see. How can True
Öne
Rippers
çıkmak
find
için.
themselves another hill?
Okay, so I thought that True Rippers was actually finally going in for that rotation. And see, they had 3 players in Butchers and just 1 person from the side of Revenant, and they should have had that push. We keep seeing
Ben
Revenant just
olsaydım
being a
yani
little bit
TR'ye
hesitant
yazan
in
adam
terms of being a little bit
geri kalan da
aggressive.
Türk ismi yapardı.
And you know, that hesitation ain't gonna do you any justice here in Championship Sunday. Because you hesitate a little bit, you may miss a prime opportunity, but on the flip end, you could save your life from making a bad decision. Now here, Fakes, he's able to clean up a few of these players towards back alley, but this is all Revenant and their control over the B-Hill. When it comes down to breaking this B-Hill setup, Mommy, what advice can you give? How do you get in there? Because it looks so difficult being tightly cornered in his back alley.
Yeah, and this is going to be very ironic because Crossfire is known to be so open with your sniper angles, but you also have those tight corners at the very edges. You definitely want to have control of that center building, and also for Butcher as well. You're going to be seeing a lot of the time that True Rippers is going to be going in for that Butcher control, but then they just can't get any breaks. We can see here Abyss is going to be going in there for the Slay, and it's going to be very interesting just because for the side of True Rippers, they have a very bad map here just because they have 2 losses and 1 win here in Domination. On the other hand, they've only had 1 loss in Domination.
All right, and you know, we're starting to see that, you know, those numbers and those stats, you know, come to fruition in the scoreboard as you're going to have the 75-46 lead for Revenant. When it comes down towards the kills, this is a team effort across the board for Revenant. No one in negative for them. They're feeling comfortable, but with the spawns being flipped, Revenant, I do believe they have the more advantageous side to the control of this B-Hill.
Oh, actually, it's going to be True Rippers that has the advantageous side because they are in that Charlie flag. So the blue people really just heading on over and rushing here. They're going to be having a hard time, surprisingly, in that even though Alpha is going to be the less favorite side,
big triple kill coming out here for True Rippers. Techno with the death machine in hand. He's able to pick up a few, but the Predator missile will take out, actually it does not take out Kevin. Kevin will still be back here with the death machine in hand, and he's gonna be able to keep this hill locked in, and they cannot afford to give this one up. They need to make this comeback happen. True Rippers, do they win it here in 3, or will Revenant be able to keep this lead? It's not looking good for Revenant in this moment, but we're seeing a push come down low towards the C side, Mommy.
Yep, that C push is going to ensue, but then there's going to be one person, Techno, is going to be able to go in for the push as well and gets one! And also his teammate is going to be coming in for the backup. Fakes and Techno, very big plays, just stopping that Charlie push and eventually flipping the spot just because you know very well that they're going to do that.
Oh my, I honestly, like, it's getting scary for the Revenant fans here. I know that they still have the lead, but these last few kills coming through from True Rippers, it seems like they have all the momentum in their favor. They're starting to streak out. We're gonna see Reckles be able to pick up a double kill across map. We'll see how influential that's gonna be here, but Techno, he's gonna be in the middle. He's able to find one. Kevin still has these sight lines, these long-range sight lines with the Holger. He picks up one, gets help from Fakes, but Fakes with the finish can't win that gunfight against Bones. The B-Hill starting to get decapped, but as you see on the map, not for long, as multiple members from True Rippers will still be controlling this back alley. And man, they got this locked down.
In this second half, it's just big kills for the side of True. But then now you can see here, the triple cap is going to be ensuing. The spawn is going to be flipping, but then Kevin reacted to Kevin again.
But no triple cap comes through. Revenant still has the lead in their favor. The A-Hill will flip. And still in this moment, True Rippers, they're just going to have to hold this setup like they did in the first half. It's unfortunate for them the spawns got flipped, but with us being in the late game, there's not much they can do about it. They just have to fight. They just have to win their gunfight. Cheese can't get the third. Reckles still in the hill. Fakes is trying to flip the spawns, but as we're here towards the late game, I don't know if he'll be able to do it, Mommy.
It's going to be so hard for them to push through just because they allowed that spawn flip to happen. And now one by one, they're just funneling through. This was supposed to be their game, but no, it's going to be so hard. 127 and 112 with B and C capped right now by Revenant. They're going to be having such solid defense. They're not going to be taking their eyes out here in Charlie.
No, they won't be taking their eyes off of this whatsoever. Fakes, he's able to pick up one. Reckles has the death machine. He finds two. But the entire squad of Revenant, they will stop all these decaps from happening. And now momentum is in their hands. You know, I think the play was made possibly by Oil and Bones to flip those spawns, because that's what was on the map. They were in that territory where I thought they were about to get 3-0'd. They were losing every single gunfight, but they found a way to get back control of this map after having a great first half performance. They were able to build off of that lead that they had and use that lead to really just kind of slow the map down and allow them to make some sound plays.
Those were such amazing plays for the side of Revenant. The responses were quick. They were there. They made it through that rotation in that second half, knowing very well that they're not going to be spawning into the favorable side. They kept going. It was shut down a couple times.
Yeah.
And for the third time, they finally went through. Third time's the charm.
Third time's the charm, folks. And whew, in that map number 3, Revenant was able to come through and keep themselves alive in this series after suffering 2 devastating close maps in maps 1 and 2. We went to a round 11, they lost it. And map number 1 was 150 to 147, and they lost it as well. This could have easily been a 3-0 in favor of Revenant, but as you guys are seeing in the highlight package, this game number 3 was just as close.
It was just as close because you see the points just trickling down for the side True Rippers, and they just let it go at the very last second. When we saw that Charlie cap, it was game over for the side of True Rippers, and Revenant just was able to capitalize everything. And I thought they were going to be going down just because of how heavily defended Bravo was. You saw so many score streaks there. You even saw that sentry gun and that Cora take out everyone.
Yeah, nah, you did, and you know, just great use
maviler
of
ilk
the
maçın
streaks
ikisini
there throughout
kazandılar.
both these squads.
Biz
Talk
kendi maç
about an
kaybediyorlar.
exciting day of Call of Duty mobile action, folks. This championship Sunday, and the winner of this series will be the last team qualified from champs in this region. But my God, look how close this one is. And we're about to head on over towards standoff on Hardpoint. Mommy, how you feeling about this map in
both of these squads' hardpoint gameplay.
Hardpoint is going to be so easy right now for both of these teams just because of how well they played. But then for Revenant, I think they have a little bit more of an edge just because they beat out Vitality one map here. They were able to actually win one search and destroy as well from them. But then you know what? It's going to be Hardpoint and it's going to be in standoff. Standoff, they were actually able to win against 3 RPA here, so that's an advantage.
That is going to be an advantage here. They got some reps on this map already, and they got some big victories so far in this tournament. But
bir maç daha alırlarsa
Game
zaten.
5, that's what we want. I know you want it as well. I know you guys wanted it in chat also because, man, when it comes down to the gameplay which we saw so far to just kind of kick off the championship Sunday, we got our winners finals, we had a qualification match, we watched Insidious stay perfect in this tournament. Oh man, it's just a lot going on. Can Insidious 12-0 everybody to be the champs?
It's crazy. It's very possible, but honestly, whoever comes up from that lower bracket will definitely stop that.
Yeah.
If we see Revenant pull through here, I feel like that could be the team that can do that.
Ooh, Revenant. Oh, man. You know what? And I don't even disagree with you on that one because when it came down to Revenant series yesterday against Vitality, it was one of the closest series we saw throughout the day. Out there, S&D went towards either 10 or 11 rounds, and then when it came down to all of the respawns, the point differential was within 30 each and every one of those maps. So we know Revenant can compete with the best, and they're one of the most versatile teams that we have out here. And maybe after going through this loser semis and getting that qualification pressure off their shoulders, going into that losers finals, they'll be able to, you know, play a little bit more freely, you know, get a little bit more aggressive, make some big plays happen.
Most definitely, but True Rippers, we're seeing a different team today. It's like everything just flipped and turned around. And speaking of that turnaround, this is a very essential game right now for the side of True Rippers. If they win this, they're going to be moving forward. And for the side of Revenant, if they lose this, it's game over for them.
Game number 4 here. Can Revenant get us to the map 5, or will True Rippers be our last team headed to champs from this region? We're watching Cheese currently as he's going to be towards top grandmas. He drops down, he picks up 1, but Bones finds 2 in the hill.
2 in the hill, and we're going to be seeing 2 people in the hill right now. Kevin is going to be the only person here for his team, but then he does get taken out by Reckless. It's going to be that true gunfight here coming in for the side of Revenant just because of how many points they're already getting.
Man, this is true chaos here at this point, number 1, you ask me. Techno, he never misses a beat. Comes in, finds 1, his teammates find 2 other kills on the outskirts. Nice job there, just being able to lock in this choke point. The entire squad of True Rippers, they're picking up multiple kills here towards the mid-map, but we gotta look at this rotation towards P2, where True Rippers will be able to get set up, and those kills that came through were important kills for this current rotation, which they have, but they're gonna have to be careful watching that window, that hop-up window, which you can get towards P2.
Good rotation right now. I'm really seeing super solid rotation from both of these teams. And yes, the early rotation came in from the side of True, but then no, they weren't able to capitalize on that as the contest is going to be happening right now from Revenant. It's going to be Abyss and also Cyro up in that second floor. But then, just like that, the whole team already for True Rippers are going to be there.
Oh, big gunfight for Abyss. He's going to win another gunfight as well, picking up a big double kill to keep this hill contested. 27 points left. Kevin's going to try his hand, and Abyss says, stay in the Abyss, okay?
He says, sit down. He gets rid of 3 players and absolutely wins the contest. They get no points there. And the rotation already needs to pull through, and it's going to be Revenant. They're already sitting very comfortably.
Yakın fight'tan geçiyor ya, Molotov'un kendilerini yapma şeyi de var. Yani Molotov'u atıp o yoldan geçmemesi lazım o zaman. Sırf kendileri de yanmamak için atmıyorlar.
You see the Century turret placed on the top side of the roof, and also with Revenant picking up a few kills, they got multiple score streaks around his P2.
Nereye atsa sıkıntı.
And they're starting to push out a little bit too as well, just trying to get that defense as far out as possible. Reckless with a double kill, and the entire kill feed over like the last 15 frags have all went in favor of Revenant.
I mean, it's really no surprise just because how heavily defended P3 is. No one can go in. 2 sentry guns already. One's going to be coming out when you go on top of that roof, and 1 going up the stairs. That's basically it. But what I'm really worried about is that they were able to get a lot of util here, but for the next hill, that's the most important hill that you need to go and defend. And yes, they get a lot of points here, but you can see it's going to be a very early rotation for the side of True Rippers.
All right, True Rippers.
Maviler şimdi
in
alsaydı
P3. They got
müthişti.
about 20 seconds on the clock before the hill officially changes over. But what can Revenant do with that 20 seconds?
Berkay
We already
baksana
see the
abi ya,
rotation
50'ye
coming through.
çıkardılar şimdi.
They're taking some aggressive gunfights. They know that they'll have time to challenge, respawn, still put themselves in a position to capture this hill. But they're taking some risky fights to be able to get into here and get set up before their opponent, which is kind of, they just want to break True Ripper's setup
Bunlardan bir tanesi şey
before the
kullanıyor,
hill
gol bir.
officially changes over, but they was not successful. As you see, True Rippers collecting on the time, but only one player left in the hill. And Fakes, he needs to go huge. He can't take out Bones, but he brought Kevin enough time to make the rotation. Reckless comes in with the death machine, and once it's all said and done, I think Revenant, they played that rotation flawlessly.
That was perfection. They were able to just flush them out. True Rippers having such a hard time with these gunfights. And yes, they had a very bright moment here into P4, but no, in the bakery, you're not going to be having your bread just because of how well Revenant's actually going to be able to do here. And speaking of bread, Blaze actually knows how to make some bread, and I'm so excited for him to actually go make me some.
Well, you know what? Yes, I do, but I don't get my sourdough started here. We're just going to have to, you know, just ferment here while we're watching this game instead. It is kind of hot in here. It's the perfect temperature for fermentation, but we will not get that nerdy here about bread making, okay? As we're going to see almost 120 points on the scoreboard for Revenant. Just 35 more needed to be able to lock it in, okay? Folks, just to remind you, whoever wins this matchup, they're the last team to go into stage number 5. This is a qualification match, and Revenant is looking like they're going to be pushing us to a game number 5. Abyss wins that gunfight. What the hell?
What the absolute heck? As you can see here, going to be that sentry gun in that corner. That's going to be very deadly as everyone is actually going to be spawning out right now. True Rippers are going to be having a hard time in here for that defense as well. But then just one big player, just one big play. Techno is not going to give up. Still getting all of those scrap points. 20 seconds is going to be huge within the pinch. Is going to be coming along. Big kills, but then he does get traded out.
10 more points needed for Revenant. Enough on the clock. The hill's contested, but not no longer. They can still win off of this one. True Rippers, they're nowhere close by to the hill. They're spotting so far away. We're going to a game 5 between Revenant and True Rippers. What a time to be alive.
Bak bıçak
Oh my
atlayacaklar.
gosh! 149 and 59! I thought it was actually done, but no, we're going to be rotating going into
my
that
back to
second
this
hill.
game. I locked it in, but it's official now.
Finally, a very huge win for the side of
Adamlar
Revenant yet again. It's always going to
149
be
yapınca
these two teams.
saldılar.
It is always
Herkes
gonna be.
bıçakla oynamaya
Me
başladı.
and Mommy, we chalked it up. We said, all right, True Rippers, you're
2-2
done with this
oldu.
one. No way in hell you can
Son
break
maç.
this hill. Just 3 seconds needed. All of a sudden, I'm like, why do
Kim
I still
alırsa
hear these gunshots
kazanıyor.
happening behind me? In the end, it still goes in favor
Ama
of
adamlar öyle
Revenant.
şeyler
And so
kullanmıyor ya.
far, they are
Adamlar
trying to
baksana.
make this reverse sweep possible. But if there's one thing I think I've noticed so far, these last 2 maps have not been as close as the first 2 maps. So it kind of seems like Revenant's waking up here, and they're dotting their I's, crossing their T's, and cleaning up their gameplay.
They're heating up. They're just about to get started. And having that, getting the ball rolling, especially in the search and destroy, it is not going to be easy because True Rippers, they've been absolutely dominating in search and destroy. I'm not going to be surprised if there's going to be a 5-6 here again.
I won't be surprised at all either if we go to a round 11. I'm pretty sure that's what you guys all want in the chat as well. Let us know, who do you want to win this series? Because I can't call it, Mommy can't call it, neither can Bobby or Felly as well. We're just here for the ride, and what a ride it's been. It's been a roller coaster, but when it comes down to this series, it has just, from map 1, 2, 3, and 4, it has just been fermenting for this map number 5, and we are all about to have a delicious slice of action coming up here on this Search and Destroy. So let's talk about Search and Destroy and both these teams' success so far throughout the tournament, Mommy. Who are you kind of leaning forward to?
It's going to be so difficult, but surprisingly for me, Hacking Art Search and Destroy, True Rippers have an upper hand. Just because they were able to play 2 maps here already against NS and Godlike, and they were the team to just boot them out.
All right, yeah, and you know what? Both of those teams yesterday, they were hungry, okay? Especially down there towards the loser side of the bracket. They were not trying to get eliminated, and they gave it everything in which they had. But True Rippers, they fended off against them. But can they fend off against this Revenant team? Folks, the map 5 is about to be underway. What a day it's been so far. We got the chance to see an epic 3-0 shutdown from Insidious over Vitality. But now in this series, this one goes the distance to a map 5. Oh, what a time to be alive.
This is the exact opposite of what happened in our game earlier. Matchup number 5. In Hackney Yard, Search and Destroy, all you need to do is get that top L control and you're going to be good. No matter what game you play here, if you get that top L, best believe that power position is going to make you win.
Yeah, it's going to make you win. Mommy, let's lock it in here. The last map of what? The team who wins this one, they go to stage 5. It all comes down to this. From stage 1, 2, and 3. They've done everything in which they can to make it to this point. It just comes down to them winning 6 rounds in a Search and Destroy. The bomb's going down early for Revenant. Strap yourself in, folks.
And this is what they say, right? Search and Destroy wins championships. And like what we did a while ago also, pros don't fake. If you're going to be seeing it here, then I'm not going to be surprised if we get to see it again. But then both of these teams, 4 people still apiece. It's going to be so hard right now. But Reckless, big kills.
Big kill from Reckless there. 4v2 situation in favor of Revenant. They make it a 4v1.
Burada maviler normalde çok güzel oynuyor.
Round number 1. We saw 3 big kills come in from Loyal in that round. And I'm happy we did because as you said, pros don't fake. It was him in that play yesterday with the Ninja Defuse to clutch up in that Search and Destroy for a squad to progress them on. Man, if you guys missed yesterday to kick off this tournament, where the hell were you, okay? You should have been here with us watching all the action, but we're happy to have you today for Championship Sunday, and we hope you are entertained because we know that we are. Now, Bones, he's on the flank. He takes down Fakes. He sees the second kill in Techno, but does he get too overzealous? Does he want to be aggressive? And he wants to make the play for his squad, and he does just that. Finds 2. Surely he doesn't take out Mystic as well. Cheese comes in. Cyro on the flank. He's going to miss that first free shot. One left in. I don't think he can reload it. In the end, it's going to be a 3v1. It's all up to Kevin. And once again, Revenant with a great start here on offense.
Revenant has been doing such a good job here at the offense. They're applying so much pressure, getting all of those power positions as well. And Kevin is going to be the only person left here in this team, the only hope to win this round. And if it's going to be one person, it will be Kevin. Having that top L, having those sights is going to be easy, but then it's not going to be so. But then gets the kill off of Cyro. Big kill.
Kevin says, I'm going to stage 5. I'm going to stage 5. I'm going to do it for the squad. Oil versus Kevin. Kevin made the wrong read. It was a 50-50 decision. In the end, it's going to be Revenant who wins round number 2. Great effort from Kevin, but that's a tough spot to be in. It's a lot of angles to clear. Just made the wrong choice.
Definitely, that would be the last thing you ever want, was to have that 1v2 or 1v3 situation, and Kevin just played that to perfection. And then sadly wasn't able to peek into the left corner, and just Oil was in that head glitch, and he just does not miss. We're going to be seeing an engagement here. Bones against Mystic. Who's going to win it?
Oh, he doesn't know he's there. He's going to back up a little bit. But Mystic is going to see him. The quick turn from Bones. Mystic, he gets his first blood. He says, I'm out of here, okay? I did my job already. Man advantage for True Rippers, and them being on the defensive side. This is such an important round for them, and surely the double kill, even though Kevin didn't clutch up to round 2, I know his teammates, they got that reassurance. Okay, our star player, he's popping off. Let's match his energy. Let's get some kills on the board and try to get this map number 5 all tied up 2-2 and not let it run away from you. You don't want this to get out of control because Revenant, man, their aggression off the start, they really set the pace.
Oh, Abyss with the over push, getting 1 kill, but the Cheese is going to be right below him.
Oh my God.
Second kill. Big kills right now for Abyss, and now it's going to be just like that, a 4v3 situation. But he's going to be getting another. Yes, he was. Gets the third. Is he going to be able to get the ace?
No way. Abyss, he has his 2 teammates with him. He's going to be guarding. The ace not a factor anymore as Reckles, as his teammates are starting to go down here. Kevin will be the last kill, and that's a 3-0 lead for Revenant. Mommy, what are they doing? What are they doing right here on the offensive side? Why can't True Rippers stop them from defense?
They are having a very hard time with the aggressions, individual gunfights. They keep losing it, and they keep letting individual gunfights. Not only that, They keep getting multi-kills, and Abyss with that 3-piece was just absolutely crushing for them. They have really solid defense, yes, but then they're not winning it, but then very big kill for the side of Techno.
Revenant 3 rounds away from qualifying for stage 5. But here in round 4, True Ripper says it is not going to be that easy. We will fight back. 5v3 situation for the defense. And now they're feeling comfortable. Multiple players grouped up. Fakes is going to be the only player over here towards his B side of the map. He's tucked in his corner. Surely Bones doesn't see him, and Fakes is going to be able to pick up the kill. He also gets the intel and the bomb dropped as well. 2 more players are going to start to rush up, but I think Fakes did reposition a bit. No, he didn't. He gets the 3-piece.
Fakes always with that patience, and we saw it a while ago in firing range. Trailer was his kingdom, and it just seems to be like it's going to be Office 2F as well. That was a very good patience gameplay, and it was big kills for him. And finally popping off, finally doing his job and really just winning those individual gunfights. And now the rotation is going to be coming into this alpha flag yet again. Might be able to actually go and clear out the premises though, but not quite able to do so as Techno for the shutdown.
Big shots from Techno. Cheese gets the call out that his players inside the A site. He's going to reposition, calling for help, but will help come in time for him. They have bombed down, and so now the entire defense is tightening up. But what a big kill from Abyss. He goes in, picks up 2. Revenant looking so fearsome, but now a 3v3. Fakes is not going down without a fight, but the bomb will go down here at the A site.
You would always need one person here in that 3F into that P4, but then Oil, big kills, gets rid of Mystics. It's going to be Fakes all alone left here with 3 members of Revenant. There's going to be big sights over here. Fakes gets a kill. It's going to be a 2v1 situation. It's so very doable for a guy like Fakes.
So winnable. I love the smoke at the door, but is that his route? There's 20 seconds on the clock. He's going to dodge the nades. He moves through. He's going to slide in. They see him. And into the Abyss he goes. Revenant 4-1 in the first half of this Search and Destroy. What a crazy offense from him, an aggressive offense, and it was led by Abyss and Oil. 6-2, 7-3 for them. True Rippers, can they match that energy? Can they set the pace on his offense and put Revenant off tilter? We're about to find out, folks, because Revenant 2 rounds away from going to stage 5, going to the Call of Duty Mobile Championships. True Rippers are underdog of this tournament. They need to step it up now. They need to do something special.
Something special that we still have yet to see. But then something special is about to happen here as Oil and Cheese might be able to go in for that gunfight. Here's the footstep. Doesn't quite see the corner, doesn't check the corner, but then does get the trade out though.
That's the most important thing right there, and that's why you need to be rocking that buddy system, playing with a teammate, just having someone close by in case things go wrong. But Bones, he finds the angle top roof. The bomb didn't go down. He has the intel, and now the rest of his teammates can move a little bit towards his B site and take some better angles. Fakes wins a huge gunfight, one in which he was caught off guard. But that second one, he wasn't. He's able to get the double kill. Bomb's officially about to go down here for True Rippers, and this is a must-win round for him.
Very far rotation for Cyro, and he's only going to be having a shorty. That's going to be very hard, but then he does have a sniper in hand, so it's still very doable for him to really just get those picks. Mystic should not go in over push and just stay in that corner, but then does spot one! Spots Kevin. He needs 2 more.
No way. Fakes. He's about to have a shorty fly on top of his head. Oh! My God, I felt that one. My side. Cyro, 14 on the clock. He gets it done! The clutch comes through! Revenant 1 round away from qualifying for stage 5, and Zyro throughout this entire series have been making big plays like that, especially within the S&D.
Let me paint you guys at home a picture. We're casting this game. Bobby and Belly are on the table, and we just look at each other when they actually got that clutch. Cyro is absolutely crazy. Getting that was so essential, and right now we are at match point. One more win for Revenants is going to finally get them a spot into that World Championships.
Fakes has been a star for this True Ripper squad, him and Kevin. Techno missing, this entire team has done so much, but Fakes with another big kill to kick it off for True Rippers on the offense. We'll see if he can find another. Bones is going to be in the area, but Fakes will have help of Techno at the B site. They find themselves another kill. Kevin's going to be able to outsnipe Zyro. Some confidence there in a long range battle, but Bones up close finds one. In the end, it's going to be a 3v1. True Rippers cannot let this round pull away from them. It's a must win, and so far so good, but they just lost to 1v3 the round before. Surely not. Surely this is not how that tournament will end, and it will not be. Mystic finds the kill. True Rippers, they have to do the full sell.
We know True Rippers. We know they can turn things around into a round 11. 2-5. They just need to slow it down, play for picks. They forget the bomb, pick up the bomb, and there you go. They need to go in there for the push. A very passive play. There's going to be Office yet again. Warehouse is going to be another point of contention.
May not be a full sale, but it's still a long distance here for True Rippers to make it to that round 11. No opening kills off the start. We're looking at the setup of both these squads, and you know, Fakes and Techno have had a lot of success down there towards the B hill, but because of that success, Revenant is starting to stack that area of the map. Reckless is playing it close. I don't think anyone saw him, but you see, I think a few players trying to wall bang that wall, just get him out of that position. Reckless took a lot of shots. He will reposition. And from the mini-map, it seems like Revenant is going to hold the positions in which they got. Oh, no, this could be bad for Techno. He sees Reckless in the corner. He wins the gunfight. Abyss is above, and I like Techno pushing through, taking as much of the map as he possibly can, because this is no time to play passive, folks, okay? You have to play with confidence. You have to play together as a unit. Zyro will find a kill with that snipe. It's a 4v2, but now a 3v2 still in favor of True Rippers. But Zyro, if he can pick up a snipe here, it is doable, but instead it's going to be a 3v1. Can he clutch up again? Shorty and snipe in hand, 20 on the clock, but he will not be able to. True Rippers, they find another round, and if they can let that 1v3 go from Zyro before, we'll be all tied up 4-4. But it's still possible. It's just that True Rippers, they just have to play perfect. But these last 2 rounds, I think it's been pretty damn good from them. Wow, through the smoke.
Kevin,
he wants to go to stage 5.
Yes, he wants to go to stage 5. All of these guys, all of these 10 guys want to go there.
No way.
Then Fakes tries to get that with the RPD, but no, doesn't quite get it. He's going to be able to just stay here. He just needs to chill out just because of how many players right now Revenant are going to be stacking B heavily. They need to get in that information. They are going to be playing passively though. There's going to be just one more person that needs to go in for that rotation.
Oh boy. And the way that Revenant is moving as a 3-man unit, as a pack, they're trying to predict the play, have the foresight that the bomb may go down at the A site, and I think that's a great foresight from them, as they will be exactly where they need to be, but they're not getting too much intel. They spread out into a 2-2. That's the best that's the best thing that they can do here from this defensive side, especially while they got some rounds to play around with. Player 4 is going to be Oil. He gets a lot of intel as he's pushing forward.
Bölgesel turnuvası. İkinci gün.
Getting himself some more terrain, some more map control. That comes with intel. But Techno, he's able to take him out. Abyss finds a kill on Techno. That's bomb down. But now a 1v2. It's all going to be up to Cheese to keep his team alive in this tournament. Snipes in hand. Can he be the hero? Zyro, he's going to be to the left. He may get the angle. Zyro saw him, I think, for a slight second. Not sure Revenant knows that the bomb is still going to be down. They will. But Cheese, so much pressure on his shoulders. Zyro, he pushes out of A. The COD timing does not come through, and Revenant will progress on through to stage 5. Congratulations.
Revenant with a reverse sweep, and that is my favorite moment in this particular tournament, just because we already know top 2 is secure. This is the team that really fought tooth and nail, and they deserve to be here.
They deserve to be here for real, because after they lost the first 2 maps in the fashion in which they did, 150 to 47, around 11 in SMP, some squads will not be able to recover from that, okay? I know players out there who will fold, put their backs against the wall, put their head between their legs, and just get themselves out of this tournament, but Revenant didn't do that.
İngilizce anlamıyorsan şeye çevirebilirim ha.
They fall through the hard point. They fall through this
Malezya
S&D
dili
with
var.
the reverse sweep.
Çin var.
Congratulations to them.
Yani her
It's a
ülkede
tough loss to
paylaşılıyor.
True Rippers, but Revenant, they says, hey, we want more. We want stage 5. They got it. But now they want to win the playoffs.
They want to be in the playoffs. They really want that 50,000.
Abi burada skopsuz oynanmıyor ha. Bak. Hepsi skop açıyor zaten.
That reverse sweep,
Yani
winning that
bir
domination
kişi değil,
match,
bütün
really
oyuncular.
picking it up, snowballing it till the very end. That is scary to me. If I'm watching this, if I'm in Insidious or Vitality, I think they need to go and really just study whatever just happened here and make sure that doesn't happen to them.
Ooh, I hope they got enough time to do so. That's where coaches come into play, folks, because they ain't gonna have much time between the losers finals and the grand finals. But Revenant doing something that's special in the first match of the day. In the qualification match for Stage 5, with them being down, now they have that. Now they know that they have that clutch factor on Championship Sunday. It's confirmed. The entire team knows that, hey, we can do this. So their confidence is going to shoot through the roof as they are looking to get some revenge on Vitality.
That clutch factor that we saw for Revenant.
Seni buraya hazırlıyoruz ya. Hani günlerdir antrenman yapıyorsun, aylardır falan. Çok güzel bir oyuncu olmak istiyordun ya. İşte seni buraya aldırıyoruz. Durmadan da turnuva yapıyorlar. Biz de izliyoruz işte.
Take off 150 and 47. Firing range urchin destroy 6 and 5 again. It's tooth and nail. It's so close.
And you know what? The MVP of this series, I think it's Oil because it was whoever flipped the spawns on domination in that second half. They don't flip the spawns on domination in that second half. I think they're out of this tournament, but that was the play to get them map number 3 and to keep them in this series, okay? So that's the series layout there for our losers semifinals. But folks, as you guys know, the winners finals, they ended a while ago. They were super quick. And you're about to find out why. Insidious. Well, one of the hottest 3-0s we saw so far in the tournament against our first seed, not one of our better teams, against our first seed in Team Vitality, Insidious. They remain perfect so far.
Vicdansız Yunan neredesin?
Vitality just couldn't handle that. Crossfire Hardpoint, I was not surprised.
Benim sesim nasıl gelmiyor ya? Olur mu ya? Az geliyordur, gelmiyordur diye bir şey yok.
So, I mean, that's very impressive for me, but then Insidious has a lot to go for.
Yeah, they do got a lot to go for, but just 3 more maps for them, and they will be a regional playoff champions.
Tamam oğlum ama yayın alıntı ancak bu kadar oluyor. Yani yayının da sesini kapatamam ya. Kapattım. Sadece benim sesim geliyor. Ne yapayım?
This has been absolutely crazy so
Ünal
far.
bayağıdır yoksun ama bayağıdır. Allah kolaylık versin. Allah kolaylık versin. Biz de çalışıyoruz da işler sakin diye böyle şey yapıyoruz ya. Takılıyoruz. Yoksa biz de dediğin kadar 8-8'den fazla bizimki 10 saati buluyor. Ama iş yok ya.
That was so crazy, and the craziest part was in the game 5. That could have gone either way. If we don't see that 1v3 clutch, it would have been tied up 4-4 at one point, going either way, but just absolutely mentally shattering whenever that happens. And True Rippers just couldn't bounce back from it.
Absolutely crazy. But you know what? Let's take a look at the winner's side of the bracket to see what happened so far in Vitality, the team that I was hyping up and highlighting all weekend. They actually caught a huge loss, an 0-3 one, and it's pretty insane. We know who's playing in the finals.
Yeah, Insidious, as we expected, really dominating in the respawns, and they really, especially in forced Vitality, who, like we said, was the #1 seed coming into this.
Yes, so Insidious, congratulations. You guys put up in a big way. You got the big dub, and they are going to be a finalist, the first team in the grand finals. But on the loser side of the bracket, man, that one still stings me, Bobby. True Rippers, they were so close, man. They couldn't pull it out at the end of Revenant. We'll be playing against Vitality, and once again, we're going to have a rematch.
It's definitely going to be a good one. I think that right now Revenant has to be at an all-time high in regards to their confidence. Especially whenever you pull off a reverse sweep like that.
Tabii Musa, Ünal'cığım o evde yan gelip yatıp karnı doyuyor ya. Rahat adam nereden misin?
I think we've got an opportunity for an upset.
Adam tek boğaz.
But what's going to be on point is the next matchup, and I can't wait. Revenant will be playing off against Vitality, and the winners will go straight to the grand finals. Things are heating up right now for the Call of Duty Mobile World Championships, but we'll see you guys after this break for some more hot Call of Duty action.
Sanırsın benim gibi 5 tane boğazı var burada. Daha memlekettekileri de saymıyoruz. Evet, 5 dakika sonra başlayacaklar. Final maç olduğu için mola verdiler biraz. Beş dakika mola. Oyuncular dinlensin. Ondan sonra devam ki. İrem kardeş, hoş geldin, sefalar getirdin. Tabii final maçı olduğu için 5 dakika mola verdiler. Buradan galip çıkan bir sonraki tura geçiyor. Ha, Bülent Türk bu daha önce aynen tamam bizim tarafına gelecek, doğru. Playoff'un finali. Oğlum Ünal'a laf demedik ki zaten. Ünal.adam.com dedik. Gerçi Ünal benim eski hesapta kayıttı. Yeni hesapta yok. Oyuna geliyorsa da bilmiyorum, haberim yok. Vallahi Ünal'cığım, yani ya adamlar kendini çok geliştiriyor ya biz zaten hiç bilmiyormuşuz. O yüzden. Yani aynısı bizde de oluyor. Dün gündüzden iyi de akşam yani kill bile aldırmıyorlar bizi. Çok fena oynuyorlar. Ya bizim Türkiye'den zaten doğru düzgün oyuncu çıkmaz yani. Yani doğru düzgün takım çıkmaz. Oyuncu demeyelim de. Adamlar zaten nefes aldırmıyor. Ama aynısı bizde de var. Çözemiyoruz. Yani bu emülatörle mobili ne zaman ayrılırlarsa o zaman belki rahatlarız. Mobille emülatör hiçbir şekilde aynı takımda bulunmaması lazım. Ha, emülatörler çok mu iyi oyuncu? Değiller. Ha, var birkaç tane gerçekten güzel oynayan. Hem yayınını yapan hem oyununu oynayan. Ama maalesef sıkıntı oluyor. Dolmalar, kasmalar çok oluyor. Sadece mobil üzeri olsa güzel olur. Vallahi bunlar bu arada ne yapıyor? İşte suyunu içiyorlar. Yani elini yüzünü yıkıyorlar. Çünkü final maçı olduğu için buraya atlayan bir sonraki yani playoff'ları geçmiş oluyor. Lige girecekler. Adamlar 6 maç oynadı peş peşe. İster istemez yoruldular. Türkiye'de bilmiyorum bir cacık çıkmaz bu oyunda. Var mı oynayan? Var. Mesela emülatörde de tablette de Tokyo'nun üstüne oyuncu yok Türkiye'de. Ondan sonra bizim Gaming hem yayınları olsun hem oyunu olsun çok keyifli. Ondan sonra böyle güzel sağlam oynayan gördüğüm kim var? YTK'da şey var. Komutan var. Arda. O güzel oynuyor. Bizde mesela Utku var. Güzel oynuyor. Andre var. Akalarda güzel oynuyor. Onun dışındakilerini topla. Yak benzini içtim. Tabii Dilgeç var, Tayfur var. Bunlar bizim Dilgeç fena oynuyor ya. Yemin olsun bak.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty Mobile World Championships. I'm your host, Philly, and I'm here with Mommy. We're having a good time, but also don't forget, Season 6 is out, and the long-awaited Undead Siege mode is finally here. And you said you were scared of zombies. Are you going to be trying it out?
Okay, I was talking to Bobby a while ago, this morning before we actually started. I was like, you know what, I'm so scared to do it. Can you just tell me the ropes, how's it going to be? He explained it to me. It actually sounds so fun. I want to go kill some zombies right now.
Yes, and speaking about all the action that's coming along with Season 6, we actually have a lot of action right now. Revenant versus Vitality. If you guys missed out on the series that just ended, you're missing out in the biggest way because South Asia and the Middle East, they're showing up in a big way. But the beautiful people that will be commentating, Bobby and Blaze, what are your thoughts so far on this amazing matchup?
Furkan hoş geldin, sefalar
Man, an
getirdin
amazing
kardeşim.
matchup indeed that's going to be coming up, Belly and Mommy, because these two teams yesterday, when we got a chance to watch them play, Bobby, towards the winner's side, it was the winner's semifinals. It was the closest one we saw so far. It was the closest series, and every single respawn game
maalesef
within
işte
30 points, okay?
Türkiye'den
It was 132 to 150, a Revenant win in the
şey
first
çıkmayınca
hard
böyle
point,
yabancıları
went down
izlemek,
towards the round
dinlemekte
11
kalıyoruz.
S&D, and then a
Bir şeyler
30-point
diyorlar ama.
differential and a domination in the hard point for Vitality to come away
Jeton
on top
lazım,
with
atar
it.
mısın?
But
Jeton
with
nasıl
Revenant coming
atılıyor
off
kardeşim?
a crazy series
Burada
against
jeton
True
atmak diye bir
Rippers,
şey var mı?
I think the scores will be just as close, if not more, in favor maybe of Revenant.
Jeton gönderme. Ha şey olur ancak mesela. Benim yayına gelirim, bir güçlendirme falan atarım. Herhalde öyle geliyor. Bilmiyorum nasıl olduğunu.
The 3-0 that Insidious was able to secure up against Vitality, those two are not going to go the way of Vitality in any way.
Oh, and not in any way
Jeton nasıl
whatsoever. But
gönderilir bilmiyorum
when it comes
kardeşim.
down towards Vitality, let's learn a little bit more about the squad
Bilseydim
and see
atardım,
how did they
eminim.
get prepared coming into this tournament.
Hey guys, I'm Monk. I'm the captain of Team Vitality. We're competing in Stage 4 of the Call of Duty Mobile World Championship from the South Asia and Middle East region. So I started with Call of Duty as a franchise in 2010 with Black Ops 1. Started playing COD Mobile in March of 2020 when a friend suggested it to me, and never looked back since then. We are having this conversation today. It used to be just chilling and having fun, winning ranked matches. And now it's all about competition. So if you ask me today what is the best thing about playing Call of Duty, it's winning, right? And it's gone from just beating people in public matches to now, making sure that you win for your fans and everybody else. So that's my favorite
Furkan,
thing.
jeton nasıl atıldığını bilmiyorum kardeşim.
Something like Stage 4, we don't have a set list of teams that would be a
Jeton
threat
nasıl
to us. I
atılıyor
think
ne
every
bileyim.
single team
Hiç
would
jeton
be
atmışlığım yok.
an equal threat to us.
Atıldığını
We
bile
have to treat every
bilmiyorum, ilk
single
kez senden
team at the
duyuyorum.
same sense. So I won't name one, but yeah, all 7 we'll watch out for and they should do the same.
What
I think a lot of people misinterpret grinding to just playing the game again and again and thinking that I'll just become a pro player out of this. The best of the best, I feel, in every game, not only COD Mobile, they really enjoy what they're doing, and that's when they turn into a pro player. And that's what I try to live by. So yeah, that'll be my advice for everyone, always.
Orada böyle. Okay, bravo. Thank you so much. Go on.
Vitality coming into this tournament with a lot of
Adamlar
respect
da
for
anlamadı.
everyone across the board. And I think that is a great mentality because they have been challenged, okay? And do you think they're giving people a little bit too much respect?
I don't think so. I think a lot of it might just be the first game jitters. I think that might be part of the reason it was as much of a blowout as it was against Insidious.
Yeah.
I think most people would still consider this to at least be a top 2 team in the region. And hopefully now that they're a little bit more warmed up, they'll be a little bit more ready to go.
Yeah, we'll see. Now let's take a look at the losers bracket and see how did our squads get here in the tournament. But as you can see, Revenant, they dropped a little bit earlier than most, having a 3-1 victory against 3RBA. That was the S&D that went down to round 11, but they move on for a Map 5 victory over True Rippers. And now, as you can see, just kind of their progression, their tournament just keeps getting harder and harder and harder. Now they have to go up against Vitality, and they get a rematch against a team that sent them to the losers bracket.
Yep, it's going to be a really, really tight one. And right now, I mean, Revenant has to just be at an all-time high with what they've been able to pull off. They also just secured a spot in Stage 5 of the COD Mobile World Championships. That means they're going to get a shot at $2 million, or at least their portion of it. So on top of the fact that they also increased their prize pool winnings in Stage 4, that just has to really be driving them right now.
It definitely does have to be driving them, because I think the matchup that had the most pressure for them was the True Rippers matchup that went down to the map number 5. But with that pressure off of their shoulders, finally, now they can kind of, you know, get a little bit looser here against Vitality. Play that revenge tour. They've already played them once, and, you know, it was the closest series that we saw yesterday, and so they just got to make a few little slight adjustments going up against them. Do you know what some of those adjustments may be?
Honestly, right now, I feel like they are hitting their stride. I think both of those first games against True Rippers could have gone either way. It was, what, a 1-round difference in S&D?
Yeah.
It was a 3-point difference in Hardpoint. That was just an absolutely mind-boggling game to watch. But I think, really, they just got to focus on the fundamentals, making those rotations, and ultimately communicating is the number one thing you got to be doing.
Yeah, ultimately, indeed. And, you know, as you guys see here, you know, this was the Revenant and the True Rippers series, and as Bobby was talking about it to kick off this morning, a 3-point differential in the first hard point. That was this map here, where, you know, you're going to see Revenant pretty much have control throughout majority of this game, but it was the last few seconds. It was on P3. True Rippers with, I believe they had a death machine towards the end. It was actually, I think, Techno and Cheese came through. They got some big kills. They were able to get the final few seconds on the hill. This is where I thought Revenant was going to win it. It was with Bones in a death machine. But in the end, it just got a little bit too comfortable, I guess. They felt like they were going to have it, but big-time players made some big-time clutch plays. Then we come over here and they lose around 11.
Yeah, I will say the first round of the S&D looked very, very sloppy for Revenant. When you send 3 players one by one to push into bathrooms, there's just not a whole lot you stand to gain from that, especially when you're on the defensive side. So, especially on the S&D, there's a lot of opportunities for improvement. I think if they played that round differently, it could have ended a lot earlier, maybe a game 4, whatever it would be, but there's definitely some pretty big room for improvement. I think their snipers have been hitting their shots, and they've been making those clutch plays like we saw time and time again, especially that 1v3 in game number 5. But definitely, I think that S&D is the one place that Revenant really can improve.
Yeah, they definitely can, because I got to be honest with you folks, the last 3 times that Revenant has played Fire and Range on Search and Destroy, they have all went to around 11. So they've lost the last 2, or they lost the last 2. They won their first round 11, but it just shows how close their S&Ds have been going against everyone in who they play against. You know, rather it be, you know, True Rippers, Vitality, or 3RB. Just their S&D is going to have to get a little bit cleaner on some of these rounds, especially if they want to take down Vitality and Insidious, the last 2 teams standing in their way.
And I think there are definitely situations where it makes sense to be aggressive in Search and Destroy, but especially on the defensive side, unless you're going for a heavy flank, you typically don't want to wolf pack it, and that's, I think, a mistake that they've been making a lot in Search and Destroy, something they can really solidify. To put themselves in a better position, you do have to give them so much credit for the way that they played this game of domination. Weak side in the second half, still able to get that flip for C, and that was really the game changer for them and what saved the entire series.
It really did save the entire series, because they were set up to lose that Dom. Some big plays being made at C, and they were able to carry this energy on over towards the hard point here on standoff, and then that last S&D on Hack VR. what a fantastic way to qualify through a reverse sweep. You know, we know some fans out there, they wanted to watch the winners finals, they wanted to watch here in this qualification match, but I think we got the best of both worlds, you know? Like, I would have rather seen this game and watched the 3-0 towards the back end rather than watch that absolute stomping by Insidious against Vitality, and we did get a chance to see some of it.
Yeah, Insidious definitely came with their A game, and they do that every time. People know this is the most feared team in all of India right now, and there's a reason for it, even with the amount of experience that Vitality has, the amount of practice they put in. Insidious is just on a different level, and I think it's a good thing for both of these teams that whoever gets to go on to those winners bracket finals, or rather our grand finals, is going to have an opportunity to get a little bit more of a warm-up and potentially be in a rhythm as they do head into that matchup.
Yeah, and being in a rhythm is something that's super important here on the Championship Sunday, because sometimes that rhythm doesn't come through. The kills aren't there. This team synergy ain't there. This is still a 5v5 COD, okay? And when it comes down to 5v5, sometimes the comms can get a little bit cluttered. You know, some players aren't playing their best today. They're off rhythm. One player can mess up the entire rhythm of the squad. But when that happens, you need big-time players to make some big-time plays. And, you know, we saw that throughout multiple players there on the Revenant, rather if it was Oil, Zyro, Bones, Abyss, or Reckles, each one of them stepped up when their team needed them the most. And now that got them towards this Vitality series. But this is the last S&D, and that S&D right here is the only S&D that Revenant played that didn't go to round 11, but it almost did if Zyro didn't clutch up there. But you see the series layout of that one on your screen, the reverse sweep from Revenant. Woo! You love to see it, but what were they playing for? They just got top 3 officially, and that put them at the top portion of the money in our prize pool. That guaranteed them $8,000. But this next matchup in the losers finals, that's a $2,000 game.
Yeah, that's a huge difference, especially for people that are just getting started in their competitive career. And really, I think Call of Duty Mobile is still at its very beginnings on the esports side of things. Having that money to be able to invest back into your game, give you more time that you can actually just spend time playing the game rather than having to do other things, that can make a huge difference.
It can make a huge difference, but I tell you one thing, man, this music in the background is just, it got me going, okay? The rock music got me wanting to make a montage out here. And if you want to make a montage, you're going to need that rewind time feature there with Sony's Xperia to help clip all your best plays out there in 120 FPS, Bobby. I know you as one of the biggest content creators out there in COD Mobile, you will love this.
Oh yeah, it just makes for some amazing content. Like, especially like you're talking about. If you're making a montage, you want to be able to slow things down.
Yep.
You're hitting the quick scope. You want people to be able to see every single frame of what you're doing. And at 120 FPS, when you slow that sucker down, it is clean and smooth.
Yeah, it is clean and smooth indeed, just like that phone there right there, the Mark III from Sony's Xperia. Make sure you grab it, especially if you want to be one of the best Call of Duty Mobile players out there in the scene. Now, as we come back here and bring it back towards our losers finals between Vitality and Revenant, ooh, this is going to come down to it. One squad is going home. The next is going to the grand finals to play up against Insidious. And Insidious, they have been playing to perfection. But if one of these two teams can give Insidious a run for their money after watching them so far throughout 2 days, who do you think it's going to be, Bobby?
I mean, with the way things are going today, coming into today, I probably would have said Vitality, but Vitality, even up against Revenant yesterday, looked shaky. A couple of those matches could have gone either way.
Yeah, they could.
I think momentum is such a big factor that Revenant has a really good shot at pulling off an upset and could potentially take a couple maps or even get the win against Insidious. Now, you got to keep in mind, whoever comes out of this is coming out of the losers bracket. So that means not only do they have to win one match in the grand finals, but they got to win 2.
They got to win 2. And, you know, I don't know if Vitality have, after losing 3-0 already, even if they get past Revenant, they still have to win twice against Insidious, and Insidious has a lot of confidence against them. You guys see the team stats on your screen so far throughout the day. When it comes down to map wins, actually not even just throughout the day, just throughout the entire tournament, Vitality 6/10 when it comes down to Revenant. Map losses, they're going to have 4. Revenant has 6, but the respawn KDA, that's what we got to kind of hone in on. It's super close between both these teams, and probably why the score line was super close when it came down to the respawns yesterday.
Yeah, and you got to keep in mind, Vitality, before the game started today, this was looking good for them. They were at 6 wins, 1 loss, and then they went up against Insidious, and just like that, they go from what was pretty close to what, an 80% win rate all the way down to a 60% win rate. So Revenant definitely been stacking up a little bit there, and you can see their matches have been close, 10-6, pretty evenly split. The respawn KD is relatively comparable as well. I think it's going to come down to the S&D for these two teams.
Yeah, the S&D is going to be super important in this matchup because the respawns will be a coin flip each and every map, the hard points and the domination. But the one thing is that we do know we got some talented snipers across the board for both these squads. 2 players who are going to be able to really kind of open the doors for their team, and that's going to be Moonscope and Zyro, okay? Both of those guys, we watched Moonscope yesterday create some awesome plays. He even had a quick scope that came out that got a noise out of you that I ain't never heard before.
Yeah, that was probably the craziest shot that we've seen all tournament long, and I'm definitely excited to watch these two battle it out. Obviously, we've seen Zyro make the clutch plays. Both of these teams have struggled in firing range search and destroy, so there's a chance maybe we don't even see that and might see a little bit of a switch up on the search.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Yeah, I don't anticipate that's going to be one that these guys pick, but maybe one of them might feel slightly more confident there.
Yeah, because like I was saying, when it came down to all the S&Ds Revenant have played in this tournament, outside of that hack DR, they were all fire ranges that went to around 11, and they split, they went 1 and 2 in that score count. So, but if I'm on the side of Vitality, if Revenant can't ban that map out, that fire range, and maybe they don't want to ban it out because, you know, so far you played 33 rounds on it in this tournament. You have to be comfortable in some sense on it, right? Even though you've lost the majority of the times, 1 round difference, okay? You could have won it 3-0 and just a few extra plays go your way if it goes just a little bit better. But we'll see what the series layout is going to be in just a bit. But we do know what our first map is going to be. We're going to standoff on Hardpoint. It's our losers finals. Team Vitality
Aynen Bahadır, Türkçe çeviri olsaydı güzel olurdu ama maalesef Türkiye'de yayın verilmiyor. Türkiye'de yayın veren kimse yok, yani yöneticileri yok, temsilcileri yok. Ama onun dışında dünyanın neredeyse her yerinde var. Ha, şöyle bir şey olur. Bu oyun sesini kapatırsa bir tuttunarsa belki olur ama telif yeme hakkı şeyi var. Yani sorunu var.
And they were able to really just kind of lock. They locked this map in very cleanly, and it was the map with the biggest differential there in the entire series.
Her dilden yayın var ama Türkçe'de yok.
Closest map in the series for them. So I like you said, they're starting this one off with standoff. Man, Vitality, they're gonna have to come out here with a lot of energy.
And I might be remembering this wrong, but is this the map that Insidious played Vitality in game number 1 as well?
When it came down to that, I don't think it was the map that they played.
Bizde ne zaman olur biliyor musun? Ne zaman bunun oyun olduğunu anladığımız zaman.
Because we watched that first map was a launch? Was it launch site?
Yep.
Bunun oyun olduğunu anladığımız zaman her şey daha güzel olur.
Yeah, take off.
Vitality, kind of a coin flip on this one. We don't really know what to expect out of them. I think they definitely feel like they have the most to lose right now because they came into this, like we said, with the #1 seed. They've got the backing of one of the biggest orgs that's invested in Call of Duty Mobile, and that's a really big name that you got to defend. They've got way more on the line, in my opinion, just because of them wanting to defend that name.
Yeah, and you have to, okay?
Tevfik abi bu Call of Duty Mobile'ın turnuvası. Turnuvanın playoff final maçı. Bölgesel.
And you want to do them justice, okay? They're looking towards you guys to be the best. You came in as the first seed. Now you've had your struggles, okay?
Şu an playoff'un final maçını izleyecek.
Under a org like that and having the fans that you have, you got to be able to use that energy.
8 maç mı oynandı ne?
It's just that they have
8
been
takım mıydı?
tested.
10
They have
takım
been
mıydı?
two
Bu da
tough
finali.
opponents to go up against.
Ondan sonra kazanan playoff'u kazanmış olacak. Bir sonraki
Yeah,
tura
and you can
geçecek.
see we actually had Crossfire hardpoint, so definitely plays way different from Standoff, and we did see a lot of that snowball effect for Insidious and how quickly they were able to take that over, especially once those score streaks came into play. You get a Goliath on the inside of that P4 spot, you're not really going to be able to do anything to stop it. So this is going to be a lot less snowbally, and there's going to be a lot more opportunities.
Birazdan başlar abi. Zaten çoğu oynandı. Yani oynayan oyuncular yorulduğu için 5 dakika mola verdiler. 5 dakika bitince de takımların katılımını bekliyorlar. Yani daha süreleri var. Yani oyuncular gerçekten yoruldu. Final maçı işte. Çok takım alacak. Şimdi şu an öyle görünüyor.
Like, all right, man, we both on the wrong side of the bed. I didn't get breakfast. I can make 1,001 excuses, but sometimes you
güzel oynuyorlar. Öbür takım da güzel oynuyor. Öbür takım çok erken dağılıyor. Ama çok sağlam toparlanıyorlar sonra.
A lot of times, if you come out like probably one of the big factors for Revenant is
Battle Royale
going to be potentially be mentally exhausted.
Gerçek oyunu atlamışız.
Because they played an absolute ruler every single match came down to the
Biz
wire.
Battle Royale'da ancak bot vuralım. Ne bileyim. Bir tane emülatör vurunca sevinelim. Adamlar neler yapıyor burada. Aynen bak dediğin doğru. Adamlar dans ettiriyor zaten. Yani bu adamlar çok fena oynuyor. Yani nerede yani oyunlarını izlediğin zaman sanıyorsun ki 10 parmağın onu da kullanıyor adama. O kadar ki pratik oynuyorlar. Adamlar sesleri çok iyi kaçıyor. Haritayı çok iyi takip ediyor.
Insidious wanted to shut us up. I think they did. Insidious said, okay, we proved you wrong on that one, and now Revenant want to come through and get some revenge as well.
Yani Türkiye'de bilmiyorum multiplayer'de kim çıkar yani zaten arada bir tek Andre var, başka da öyle oynayan yok. Adam elinden geleni yapıyor yani gerçi istese daha fazlasını da yapar da eğlencesine takılıyor. Gene 40-50 bin puan arasında bırakıyor oyunu her sezon. Yani ben adamların mobil olmasına bile sıkıntıyım.
For you to be able to do that, incredibly impressive. Not something we've seen much, even in the super long.
Aynen. Tebrik abi doğru söylüyorsun ha yani. Bu oyun ne zaman düzelir Türkiye'de? Emülatörle mobili tamamen ayırdıkları zaman. Yani o kadar emülatörcü tanıyorum. Yanlarına bir tane mobil alıp sırf mobillerle denk gelmek için oyun oynayan insanlar var. Ben girdiğim zaman yani tanıyorum artık isimleri. Ya bu turnuvalar sadece mobil tabii orası ayrı konu. Ona bir şey demiyorum. Biz genel olarak Battle Royale'dan bahsediyoruz. Hani bu güzel oynadığın sananlar var ya yanına bir tane mobil alıyorlar, 3 emülatör giriyorlar oyuna. Neymiş? İyi oynuyoruz. Arkadaşlar 2 dakika sesimi kapatıyorum. Yayın açık devam olacak. Ama mikrofonum kapalı. But we also saw Revenant make some huge plays, be able to get that C flip and still make it happen. Following that, we got firing range, hard point, always a classic. And if we go to a game 5, it's going to be Summit Search and Destroy.
Man, this series is really stacked up for you guys. And when it came down towards the maps that they had played beforehand, we are not going to have Takeoff, which was a map in which we saw in that first series. We do have that fire range in map number... Sorry, we don't have that fire range in a Search and Destroy at all in this series. So when it comes down to Revenant, they don't have to worry about no nail biters going to this one. It's going to be fresh. We had raid domination the last time we played this series. We won't get that one But when it comes down towards the summon hard point, that's the only map that we had the first time these two teams played together. It went in favor of Vitality, 150 to 120. And if we go to distance, you know, we'll see if it's search and destroy. But you know, outside of that, take it back. It's all new game modes. Okay, it's all new game modes with you guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fresh look, and definitely we'll get a better idea. I think once we do hop into it. I think the standoff hardpoint is really going to set the tone for this match, and especially give us a better idea of who's going to look stronger in the respawns. I think that gun skill is going to be really, really tight and clean over on the side of Revenant, just because they are so warmed up and got to play 3 respawns just now.
Yeah, man, just being able to play those 3 respawns is gonna have your shot on point, and that's what you need, and that's what needs to happen here as we are about to head into the losers finals here soon, folks. After seeing the series layout, are you leaning in favor of one team outside the other? Are you guys gonna be changing your picks in the chat? Because Revenant and Team Vitality, man, this is gonna be probably the closest series of which we've seen so far throughout our tournament, especially if it's gonna be indicative of the first time in which we watch both these squads play.
Yeah, I think the map pool currently favors a little bit more on the side of Revenant, because standoff game mode that they won, or standoff hardpoint game mode map that they won, crossfire domination game mode map that they won, both really, really looking good for them. But I think we're going to throw it back to the desk real quick before we hop in to our losers bracket finals.
Yeah, let's see what the guys got to say. Belly and Mommy, take it away.
Yes, we're getting in the lobby together and we're waiting to give Bobby a chair right now. I just want to break things down just a little bit. So, Mommy, you follow these regions heavily, right? So far, I would like to say that South Asia and Middle East, they haven't disappointed. And now we have Revenant facing off against Vitality. All right, what are your predictions for this match? Who do you think is going to wind up on top to go to the grand finals?
We've seen both of these squads before. Vitality gave Revenant 3-1. One map loss here. Revenant was able to get one map from Vitality.
And it looked scary.
Exactly.
Yes.
And they were able to pull through here in that last matchup that they had in True Rippers. That quick turnaround, that reverse sweep, that is scary to see if you are going to be Vitality, especially with that loss right now with a 3-0.
Yes, so,
Ya vuruyoruz, vurmasına tebrik abi, ona lafın yok, yok.
Who do you think is going to put up the best fight
Yani şaşma.
against the Cities? Because the Cities, they're dominating right now.
We're seeing
Sen şimdi
a different
emülatörle
Revenant, so I
mobil
really
nasıl bir
can't tell if it's
yapabilirsin?
either
Tamam
going to be
vurursun ayrı
Vitality or
konu da.
Revenant, just because of how good that they are.
Aynı
Yes, now let's
teçhizata
go ahead and
sahip
take a look at
değilsin.
the losers bracket to see how things have unfolded so far this event, and it has been such a good one. Even from day one, we saw bangers as unfortunately teams went home, and still, I still have hope for Team Revenant. I don't know what it is. I think that one map that we saw against Team Vitality, they knew how to beat them, but they just couldn't hold on. I think that they were able to steady what happened last night, and they were able to come back. Now, if you're the coach of that team or you're an in-game leader, how would you prep for a matchup like this?
Well, it's all down to the experience and the practice that they had prior to this match. Like what I said, Revenant is a different team just because of how good that they were in the True Rippers matchup. That domination match really just changed everything. If we saw that same thing happen here, if they win that domination matchup, if they ever lose the first two maps, they will definitely for sure want to sweep it again.
Okay, now hear me out for a second. So, Vitality, they got 3-0 against Insidious. They're having to go against a team that just won. Revenant, they're red hot with the gunplay, right? So, if I'm on Team Vitality, wouldn't you think that you're kind of at a disadvantage by taking such a big loss after being so good this event?
This is where you see pros come into play. This is where we see noobs and pros really finally step it up. Even though that you are at the face of adversity, you are not going to give up. Both of these teams, for sure, they're going to battle it out. They are so close. They are head-to-head.
Now, who are some of the standouts to you on these teams? Which players do you actually like watching so far this event?
For Vitality, obviously, we got our in-game leader. We got Monk. He's been absolutely popping off in the controversy. So great for them. And also Moon. I mean, Moon's scope. You've seen such greatness from his snipes as well. Revenant, obviously, you've got so many people. You've got Oil. He clutched out that 1v3. Exactly.
Yoluna öyle devam edecek.
Crazy. So there was a play yesterday where a guy was able to get a jumping headshot and clutch the 1v2. Now that was my favorite clutch this event so far.
$15,000 mı
We had a
veriyorlar? Neydi onun gibi bir
1v3 today
şeydi.
as well. Do you
Bilmiyorum.
have a favorite clutch at all that we've seen on this
İkinciye biraz. 8. takma kadar ödül var. 8. takım $2500 alıyor.
That was absolutely crazy. That was a turnaround. That was a turning point for Revenant to win that search and destroy.
Türkiye'de multiplayer oynayan birkaç tane güzel oyuncu var. Bunlar birleşip bu turnuvalara katılabilirdi.
Eventually, this is why they're here.
Now, when it comes to both of these teams and their strategy, and when it comes to the meta, do you think that these teams are now going to pull everything out the bag? Because I'm expecting nothing but just top.
Şimdiye kadar görmedim.
Absolutely. And
Türk
that's what you mean,
takımlarının
that
hepsi
search and
ön
destroy
elemelerde
matchup. I
falan
think
eğlendiler.
Vitality has an edge over Revenant just because of that. They have that double sniper. They got Monk and Moon. That
Turnuvayı hak kazanma finallerine ancak geçebildiler. Ondan sonra hiçbir yere gidemediler. Varsa da bilmiyorum yani. Öbür arkadaşlar da günah almayın ama.
Both of these teams, when you look at their individual head-to-heads and the matchups and what their strong points are, when it comes to respawn game types and also search and destroy, do you think that this could be possibly one-sided? Do you think one team is in particularly stronger than the other?
Aga bizden cacık olmaz.
Yes, Vitality. Hardpoint is their
Adamlar takım
kryptonite.
kurdular, hazırladılar. Full Türklerin başına geldi. Turnuva başladı. Abi ben gelemiyorum. Abi o diyor işim var, bu diyor işim var.
But who knows? A lot can happen.
Yeah, so here in Blaze and Bobby talk about the matchup. We got the maps in, we got the bands, the phases. So, in this matchup, you said that you believe that Vitality is going to pull ahead? Just making sure?
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to be going head-to-head at this one. Bobby and Blaze, I actually want to pull you guys into this discussion as well. Who do you guys have predicted to win this matchup to go to the finals, because this one is going to be an absolute bang.
Well, you know, I'll go first. After watching today's gameplay and seeing how close this matchup was between these two squads yesterday, I'm heavily leaning in favor of Revenant. Yeah, heavily leaning in favor of Revenant.
Çok zorlu maçlar geçti.
Vitality, you know, they had
Bu
an
finale
easier day
gelen takımlar
yesterday,
gerçekten
but the
yoruldu.
3-0 loss to Insidious, I didn't like how they played that one. I felt like it's the number
Zaten
one
bu
seed
sahadaki
going into the winners finals.
RNT'nin
The
nasıl
first matchup
finale
was
geldiğini bile ben
gotta
şaşırdım.
contest Insidious
Adamlar
better than that. And with Revenant coming
nasıl
out there
çevirdiler
first
maçlar
week,
ya.
I think they're gonna be a little
2-0
bit too much
geriden
for
geldiler.
Vitality.
5-3 geriden geldiler.
Bobby, you know your stuff
Hep
when it
geriden
comes to
geldiler.
COD Mobile, okay? You're the expert here. I'll look to you for all the answers. Do you think that Vitality is going to pull through and win, or are you leaning with Revenant right now?
I'm going to have to go the other way just because of the amount of experience that we have over on Vitality. Every single one of these guys has been around the competitive scene for a long, long time. Moonscope, for the longest time, has been known as one of the top snipers in the entire world. You got Monk on the team, who is also very, very established, and I think a lot of it is really going to come down to the amount of time that these guys have invested into the game. And I think overall the experience level for Vitality is just going to be on a different level. I think that's going to give them the edge.
All right, let's bring it back over to the desk for just a second, though, because you brought a great point right there, Bobby. When it comes to sniper play, I mean, where does it show off most? Is it search and destroy? Is it when it comes to the respawn game types? How important is it to have a great sniper on your team? And when does it really pay off?
It really pays off in Search and Destroy because it is a non-respawn game mode. To get those angles, to get those opening picks is going to be essential. Especially that your map is going to be raid, you need to get those picks. And unless you are going to be going in there for the rush, then it's a really sniper's game for Search and Destroy.
Yes, and if we can, one more time, I would like to take a look at the maps. I'm going to hear your thoughts about how things are going to go down. So I asked your predictions about who's going to win, but actually looking at the maps and just the flow of how this series will go, I want to see what you would think personally.
Okay, I like what I'm seeing here just because I see crossfire domination again. We saw True Rippers and Revenant go in that map, and that's where everything just turned around for Revenant. If they win that crossfire domination, it might be the same story.
All right, well, we're going to find out right now. The lobby is ready. The players are good to go. Bobby and Blaze, take it away.
All right, folks, I know you guys have been waiting a long time for this one, but you have to wait no more. The losers finals is about to start. It's Revenant versus Team Vitality. We have broke this game down every which way, from the top down, from side to side. And now with it all being said, we still don't know who's going to win this matchup. I think everybody is split here on us. I think we're split 2-2 inside the studio. But chat, can y'all break the tie? Let us know. Let's light up the chat on who your pick is going to be, because even though we don't have the live event, we don't have the fans in the studio, but, you know, you guys can make all the noise in the world out there. You know, you guys can make all the noise in the world out there. So, good job to that.
Okay, it looks like we have a chair. Cheer for Bobby in chat.
All right, here. Headed to map number 1 on the hard point. You know, Belly Veil coming through with Bobby, making sure that, you know, you don't overwork those cheeks.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to be casting all the rest of the matches today, so we got to be well rested and ready to go as we do have both of our teams hopping into it right here. It is going to be control for Revenant off the start, and it looks like that little bit of a warm-up coming in handy as they are ready, but Monk slides that back corner. Easy kill for him, and they're going to go ahead, hop on down. Zyro is ready, but not going to be able to get this piece right there, at least off the start. Looking to be very, very back and forth.
All right, so multiple kills being traded off here at the P1, but Abyss here on the outskirts. He's looking to move in. He's going to flank one. Has 2 more players in front of him. He gets the second. Not able to take down Sam's, but he's still trading 2. Puts his team with a man advantage for a brief second. One that they look like they will be able to capitalize on as they move back into P1, starting to collect on the rest of the scrap time.
Yeah, and this is pretty much contested the entire way through. And you see Vitality forming a little bit of a lead right there, and you can see players already rotating for control of next. We got 1 in gas station, 1 in that next hard point, and they're going to be able to get the scrap time. Really, really good start, and obviously that experience showing for them right now. That perfect discipline, that rotation coming through. And you can see nobody getting past Jokos with a shotgun in his hand like that. He's going to find number 1, seeing if he can find number 2, but shut down. 3 big kills going on in for Revenant.
Well, I guess you need to just be able to have a grab slam to take down Jokos with the shotty in hand. When it comes down to P2, so far Revenant has had a good hold on it. Abyss and Bones picking up multiple kills there. Abyss looking for another one. Bones finds the day kill. Here comes Monk moving in. He gets shut down. Moon and Sam's trying to move in through the outskirts, but kills will be found on them.
The kill feed right now is just all Revenant all the way through. Abyss nearly got full streaks right there as he's got a Pred missile and a Hunter killer to work with. And Bones is right now just trying to bait somebody on in, waiting outside the window. Teammate's going to be there to back him up. And a huge opportunity. We could have seen a 2-piece right there. Shut down from the backside of that barn area. Moon trying to hold down this side angle. Abyss not able to find him with the death machine, and he not able to make the turn. Would have been a huge gunfight right there. Vitality, the discipline in those early rotations paying off once again, but they got to get the hold.
I gotta say, Bones is in such a great position here. Unfortunately for him, Moon got the spot in which he did, but they were in position to be able to contest P3. In the end, it will be Vitality who makes it to the hill first, and they're gonna have it locked in. 30 seconds left. Multiple kills coming through for Vitality. The kill feed lighting up for him, but Abyss will be able to find a flank, but here comes the Predator missile, able to take out 2.
Yeah, and so far it seems like it's been Revenant depending on their ability to just absolutely slay out and win gunfights, and it's Vitality depending on their strategy and their game plan. And right now, it's working out in the favor of Vitality, which is typically the way that it's going to go. We do see Revenant getting that early rotation. Zyro already spotted out on the inside of Next. Oil spotted as well. Monk not in a great spot to take a long-range gunfight, and that's definitely not the fight you want to be taking with the Fennec trying to turn the corner, but he takes the katana to the face. Vitality with the lead, but it is going to be Revenant in control of that next hard point.
Oh man, you see Oil, he cuts him up in half there. Now you're gonna start to see the deficit get cut in half as well. Grab slam comes through, but the death machine is in the hill, and Reckles finds 3. May get the 4th, but couldn't get the quick turnaround there on Def. Luckily for him, he got teammates in the area to be able to clean up these kills and continue to lock in time on P4. This is a big one here for Revenant as we're about to be heading on over towards P1 next. And they want as much of a lead as they can have before we go back here towards mid-map.
And with the way that Revenant is slaying, when they make the rotations and Zyro hits a huge 2-piece right there, gets himself some more score streaks, it seems like when Revenant is disciplined with making those rotations, they're winning the majority of the gunfights. They have a very good chance at winning this. It might be a little bit late for Reckless to try to go for a break right there, but fortunately for him, his teammate Abyss able to find a two-piece. He can clean that one up. Slows the push on into the next hardpoint a lot. This could be a huge value Predator missile, and even though he's not going to be able to get to it, forces them back into Delhi. That's more hardpoint time and still a kill on the board for Revenant.
Also, some beautiful intel that Revenant played off to as well. He got the call outs to his team, was able to trap them there inside Delhi, and now Zyro with a beautiful angle here towards the front side of the hill. Won't be able to connect with the Hunter drone, but he's going to get flooded by two players. He finds one kill. He is able to get a sentry turret as well. Monk takes him out, but Zyro has put the utility that his team needs to be able to lock this hill in. But they need to get a man inside. Zyro with his Predator missile, he's going to be able to find a kill. In the end, it will be Revenant still collecting off time on P1, and now they're just 20 points away from taking map number 1.
And right now, it is just streaks on streaks on streaks for Revenant. It's honestly a miracle that this game is as close as it is, but it is not a good sign for Vitality. They do not have anybody set up for next. They're going to be able to shut down the Death Machine, though. Monk's making a big push. He's got 18 on the board. Sam's not able to win that gunfight, and they needed that badly. It's all going to be up to Monk right there, and he gets shut down in the top side. Zyro wins the gunfight. Death on the bottom side, trying to find a way to make the entry in right there, and Moon. One Death Machine kill, see if he can make it more shots from the top side. Once again, going the way of Revenant. And with the way these fights are going, it seems like a better shot. He botched the nade. It might end up working. Oh no! 4 straight kills goes in for Vitality. They've got a shot right here.
They do have a shot. The name was a plunder, but Monk and the Death Machine, he went on a plunder, taking out those players off the power position, taking them out the top of the window. Monk moves in again, and he's going to clean house, taking down 2. Vitality with the lead change in the late game. This hill needs to be contested just a little bit longer, but I don't know if anyone can move through. It's contested from up top. 1 second needed. Vitality, do they get it? Or we're going to another hill. It can go either way, and Vitality does get the point in which they need. Revenant left a second too early there before it changed out. And wow, what a close map number 1 between both these squads.
I mean, that really could not have been any closer. It looked like Revenant had those rotations, but Monk making the huge plays, those kills on the inside of that P2 rotation at the very end, set them up for success. And once they had enough time, the Death Machines came out, they sprayed and prayed, they won the gunfights.
Yep.
They get the win in map 1.
Oh man, you know, that Death Machine was so crucial there on that second rotation of P2, because it looked like Revenant had it locked in, but Vitality, they were able to get it done. It just shows you how quickly momentum can be shifting in these maps. We're playing up to 150 folks. It's got mobile, and it's nothing but straight action. Another close game between these two squads, and we talked about Vitality struggles when it comes down towards the hard point, and they just
10 tane bot vurma derdindeyiz.
Yeah, I mean, they were losing so many gunfights. With the amount of score streaks that Revenant had in play, there's really no reason that they should have lost that one, but you can see the experience being such a big factor. Anytime we're seeing any of these plays, most of the time, it's score streaks coming in, but that last push from Monk, he made the initial push into the hard point. He gets the Death Machine push out there as well, holding back those Revenant players. They couldn't find any angles. They had the LMGs to be able to spray and pray through those doorways, shutting down those final pushes. Absolutely incredible for them.
Absolutely incredible indeed. Congratulations to Vitality for taking map number 1, 150 to 140. Another banger of a series, but now we got to move on over. I believe we are going to raid, search, and destroy next. And when it comes down to both these squads, gameplay and search and destroy, you know, for me, they both have kind of had their struggles. But if there's one thing that I know about Revenant will find a way to win rounds, whether if it's offense or defense. They got big players who will make some big-time plays to keep their team in it. They played the most round 11s out of anyone in our tournament so far here at the regional playoffs for the Middle East and South Asian region. And so Vitality, they're going to have to respect their resilience in search and destroy.
Yeah, this is going to be one where, once again, the snipers dictate the pace of the game. Moonscope and Zyro going to be the two main players we want to take a look at. Obviously, we do have some LMGs that'll probably be in play, and that's actually what Monk has been going with. But
Ya
it's going to be
şimdi
first blood for Vitality.
içinde oynasam
Bones taken out
Tevfik
off the
abi
start. Looks like easy
oyunun
bomb
aslı
play
bu.
over onto B.
Çoklu mod.
Now the setup trying to slow down the retake.
Yani adamlar zaten farkındaysanız sadece bu moda odaklanmış. Bütün yenilikler bu mod için geliyor. Battle Royale'e bir şey gelmiyor. Çünkü gerçekten önemsiz bir yer. Bak bu yerlerde her kapıyı, her duvarın ölçüsünü, her yeri bilmen lazım. Haritayı bilmiyorsan zaten daha dönmeden ölürsün.
But in the end, Vitality will get round number 1 on the attacker side. So we saw the quick rush over there towards the B side. How do you stop that?
I mean, if you're Revenant, you just gotta send people to defend. There was like one person defending over there, and I think the rest were split between mid map and that A side. And obviously, you do have to kind of weigh it, and there are definitely a lot
Tamam da
more
PUBG
expected
zaten
of the
BR
push
üzerine
right here.
kurulu
It's gonna be Moon's
Tevfik abi.
big
Çoklu mod üzerine
first blood
kurulu bir oyun
onto
değil ki.
Zyro, and that's gonna eliminate the sniper, but at double.
PUBG zaten direkt bildiğin Battle Royale.
That's going to be crucial.
Yani ana konusu Battle Royale. Bir de sistemi var, altyapısı var, Türkiye'de her şey hazır. Ama bu oyun öyle değil ha. Bu oyun Battle Royale üzerine kurulu bir oyun değil. Artık altyapısı yok Türkiye'de. Yani bir de zaten sistemleri yok yani.
Yes, he will. Now a 1v2, but Reckles with a 3-piece as he's going to be able to clear out the B site.
Bir yeri yatıyorlar, bir yeri bozuyorlar.
Yani
PUBG gibi değil.
And so when we go back and we kind of look at how that one was played, I love Revenant's initial stacking work.
O yüzden izleniyor ya bizim yayıncılar 10 kişi izlediğimi seviniyor. Ana beni 10 kişi izliyor. Yerine yıldız atıyorsun adam uçuyor. Soyun desen soyunacak. Yani bu genel olarak söylemiyorum. Bazıları üzerine söylüyorum. Tabii gene güzel oyuncular, yayıncılarımız var. Tokyo var, Gelecik var mesela. Gerçekten güzel yani yayınlar, keyifli yayınlar yapıyorlar. Ama maalesef daha büyük olmaları gerekiyor. Hep böyle o tıkaklarda kalıyorlar. Tokyo 150-200'lere geçiyor. Ama hakkı bu mu değil. Yani Tokyo'nun 1000 kişiden aşağısı izlememesi gerekiyor. Gelecik öyle. Öbür küçük turnuva yayıncılarından bahsetmiyorum. Onlar küçük. Her düşüşlerde bir sürü bahanesi olan yayıncılar. Onlar ancak yani yayınları kullanıp milletin soruna, çocuğuna, karısına, kızına yavşaklık yaparlar.
A little indecisiveness here. You can kind of see the laser on that scope. I want to say Zyro moves in and they will be able to clean them up. That's a nice 2v1 there for Vitality. But, you know, when we look at that round, Abyss made such a great play. He gets a double kill, being aggressive, pushing red. Oil finds one as well. The man advantage is there, but you see multiple players of Revenant, they line up. They line up for Monk & Co. at the end to be able to clutch up that 2v3. So, as we're heading here to round number 4, Vitality, they're up from the attacking side.
Sana yemin olsun elemeleri geçemezsiniz, imkansız. Türkiye'de yok.
Just that quickly, Revenant is going to be in a 1v2. Sams and Moon is left. Oh, he's to the left. Do they see on the side?
Türkiye'nin en iyi multiplayer oyuncusu Andre. Adam da katılamıyor ha.
Moon was 1 HP.
Adam her sezon en az 50.000 puanı var.
I don't know why he turned his back to him in the first place. Maybe he was trying to run away, trying to reposition the 1v1. But
yani Andre'nin
he was
yapamadığını
in
kim
such a
yapacak?
great spot to clutch up there.
Tabii denemek de iyidir yani çalışarak zaten olunur da. Ya bu adamlar yani başından beri oynuyor. Birinci sezondan beri hep oynuyor. O yüzden harita ezberlemişler. Bütün haritaya hakimler. Her yeni gelen haritayı okuyup ezberleyip hafızaya atıyorlar. Çünkü turnuvada nerede oynayacağım belli değil.
They're changing things around a little bit. It looks like it's working so far. Bones going to be able to trade one out right there. It's going to be man advantage for Revenant.
Ya şerefsiz bir tane Hindistanlı var. Adam 7-24 oynuyor.
At least the ability to get the bomb down here over onto B. You do have a
Görünen
sniper
o.
overlooking
Abi o yüzden öyle
Zyro.
diyorum.
Could potentially have an angle
Şimdiye
for
kadar
the snipe,
yani
but
kim
not
kasmış
gonna be
ki
able to make it happen
çoklu modu.
quite yet as Vitality now going to back
Kasan
it up.
Türk yok.
Scope going to be able to hit the shots. Hops off the sniper, but still able to make it
Yani
work. And
tek olarak kasabilirler ama takım olarak kasanı görmedim. Kasıyorlarsa turnuvalarda niye görmüyoruz bunları? Keşke olsaydı da bütün Türkler toplam destek verseydi. Aynen ya İbrahim abi, adam sabah açıyor bilgisayarı akşama kadar oynuyor. Çoklu modu oynuyor. Adamlar 100 bin, 150 bin puan kasıyor ya çoklu modda, ne diyorsunuz ya? Sen 6-7 bin kasıp efsanevi olayım diye görsünüz adam 100-150 bin kasıyor ya.
Big plays from Zyro, folks, okay? And that 1v2 to clutch it up there when his team needed him the most.
Bak çoklu mod İbrahim abi çok oynuyor. Çok oynadım dedim yani, en çok oynadığı oyun çoklu mod. İbrahim abi en yüksek puan rekorun kaç? Soruyorum ya.
Just take a look at that 3-3 score and say, hey, this one did not get too far out
kaç
of
bin puan
control,
yapmıştı?
but they're going to have to work just a little bit harder in the second half on their offense to be able to come back in this one. We see a spread out defense from Vitality at the B site. Sams finds a double to open this one up. First blood, he finds the triple to open this one up despite the first blood in which Revenant got. Sam's finally taken down, and it's going to be a 3v2 on the map for Vitality from their defensive side.
Yeah, you got Joko set up in mid-map right now. Oil and Reckless going for that counter rotation back to A right here, and seems like no adjustments coming through, at least so far for Vitality. Should be a pretty open gateway, but obviously checking the corners, taking their time, and it looks like they're going to be able to make their way up to basketball court area. This could be a huge topside push for Reckless if we get somebody rotating in through Kitchen, and they're not going to expect to see him there, so it looks like they're going to actually set up here and maybe see if they can try to catch somebody off guard, even things up in 2-2. Moonscope's on the back side of this wall right now, waiting for something to happen. Obviously, they've got eyes on both A and B. He's going to slide the corner, got an AS Val that he can work with. Not going to be easy against these two players right there. He's going to pull out the sniper, not able to hit the shot, but he hits the shotgun shot anyway. Crucial for them, somehow Reckless alive, but not any longer. Moon with the two-piece. Extends that lead for Vitality.
Yeah, good job to Moon for staying alive. He got the intel for his team. He repositions, gives the call out, missed the snipe, but just with that shorty up close, he was able to fend for himself until reinforcements came. And great round there to Vitality off the start. A lot of utility going towards the A site. Lots of smoke grenades blocking off some key sight lines for Vitality as Revenant is being aggressive down here towards the A site.
Yeah, Chocos is tucked right back into that money room right there. Moonscope pulls out the sniper. He was top fragging for his team. He said it's not enough. I'm going to make the plays with the sniper too. Joko's going to be able to win that one. Bomb is currently down over on the A site, and Oil is all by himself against the 5 remaining Vitality players. Vitality right now in a really big opportunity where they could put themselves out in a 2-0 lead as they now put themselves at game point 5-2.
Oh man, I felt bad for Oil. Vitality ran up on him like, fight back, bro, fight back. Where you at, man? The whole squad, the way that they pinched him down low at the A site. Vitality 1 round away from going 2-0 up in your losers finals. Revenant, something has to change now. Surely they don't want to go down 0-2 in another series and be forced to make that reverse sweep. They don't do it twice in a loser's bracket today, do they? Well, if you're a Revenant fan, hopefully you don't have to find out and they can start clutching up here now in a moment as they will have the bomb brought down towards the A site. Joko's plan is tight corner once again in the money room, trying to earn this check today. So far, I think he's earned his share, but he needs to get some more kills on the board. Vitality. Let's see, how do they want to retake this?
Moon showing why he's one of the most feared snipers in the region. Can do it with any weapon he wants to. Spots one down below. Can't quite get the scope in time, but the follow-up onto Reckless. But Abyss slides through. A huge kill. Sam strays 1, make it 2. Just like that, 1 player all alone again. Then I don't know if Abyss is going to have time to make it happen right there. He gets spotted out by Jokos. Another round for Vitality, and they are looking like a different beast today as they get the win 6-2 in the search and destroy as well.
Okay, Vitality. They're going to go up 2-0 in this series. They seem a little ticked off if you ask me after that 3-0 loss to Insidious. they may have been listening to us as we were breaking down this matchup like, hold up, Blaze, you think Revenant gonna beat us? Did you not see our series yesterday? I did. And I saw you one this morning too as well. But now over these last 2 maps, I like what I see out of Vitality.
Yeah, they definitely have a different energy than what we saw up against Insidious, and obviously you do have to take into account different levels of competition, but just really, really decisive with the plays that they're making. They seem confident, they're trusting their IGL, they seem to be communicating really well, and they've just looked really, really clean off the start.
Also, one other thing that I noticed is that they feel a little bit calmer, okay, than some of their other series in which they play. Like you said, listening to the IGL, it seems like the comms are clear. I'm loving the initial strategies in which they're committed to off the round on S&D. I'm loving just the team rotations from them and how they pinch their opponent there, making sure that they covered every single line, every single lane. No player on their squad getting too aggressive, too overzealous, playing by himself. Vitality playing as a unit so far here in the Losers Finals, and it's working out for them, okay? That's what you want to see. And, you know, that's when it all comes together. This is how it should be. You're up 2-0 in the Losers Finals, but now, Revenant, they got to complete another reverse sweep if they want to keep their tournament alive.
Yeah, it just seems like Vitality has so much composure right now. You think about the way they made that comeback happen in the hard point when it comes to the search and destroy. Got caught off guard for a round or two, but ultimately making those mid-round adjustments, and I think that's a lot of what it came down to. You saw, like we talked about, Moonscope was top frame for the team with the AS Val, and then he decided to make that switch to the sniper anyway and still continue to dominate. So having players that are that versatile and can do whatever their team needs them to do as you switch sides on offense and defense, it's just so useful.
It really is, man, and that's how you become a great teammate, okay? Because sometimes you got to switch it up, all right? Sometimes the IGL is going to need you to do something else, or, you know, you're just going to be better in a certain gunfight, and you got to be, like you said, you got to be able to be versatile. So Vitality, everyone's showing that they can get it done. Now we need to head on over towards the domination here, folks. And when it comes down to the domination, I think I'm going to be playing Crossfire. We'll see the series layout in just a second. But Vitality, they're looking good in this series. And Revenant, they're going to have to step it up right now in this domination. And folks, we're about to hop right into it, okay? We aren't wasting any time getting into this game whatsoever. No feel, nothing but action.
And right now, if you're Revenant, the one consolation you have is this is the map where you turn things around against True Rippers. You can make it happen up against Vitality as well. We do see a lot of those early kills, no B controlled so far. Looks like Vitality is going to be on strong side in the first half, which is typically going to be a good sign for Revenant. So if they're able to play that well, strong side in the second half, you gotta imagine they're gonna be able to just really make something out of this, and we pretty much expect to see Vitality hit this cap right now, but they're still not able to make it happen. Reckless just dominating with that Holger over on the B side. One shotgun's gonna push in and get a little bit of progress, but even on weak side, Revenant still able to get that B cap.
Yo, that's so good for them, because when they actually played this map against True Rippers, they did start on bad side first, right? And they kept it close. I think it was about a 15-point differential, if not less, when we entered the half. And then we started to see them, you know, kind of make some big plays there in the second half of the game. But actually, they started off, Vitality started off on, sorry, Revenant started off on good side first, okay? So we'll see, you know, if they can get the most out of this one. B-Hill will transfer over towards Vitality. They have a nice setup across the map. Multiple lanes covered. They got presence here in the mid-map towards his back alley as well. Here comes Reckles. He's able to take down one, but Death down the stairs brings Death, and he's going to continue to lock in his B setup here for Vitality. They're going to get their first lead change here to map.
And when you're on weak side, your main goal is not necessarily to try to be at the end of the half beating the other team. Your main focus is just to try to minimize the snowball effect of being on strong side and having that ability to typically get kills easier. And it looks like we might see a C-flip. Oh no, That could be disastrous. Zyro staying alive at the backside. It looks like he might be able to evade. Sam's is pushing up, and maybe an unfortunate situation. He doesn't have a whole lot to work with right here. He's got teammates backing him up, but it looks like Vitality going to be able to clear off that C progress. That would have been huge for Revenant.
And he was a tick away from doing just that. Almost thought he was just going to hop in and just take his chances there, spin around in a circle, see if he can get it capped up. Force his opponent to have to decap it, but Vitality will survive that threat as C, and also the B hill wasn't broken, but with player 1 pushing through, he may get this flank on Sam's. He is going to be behind enemy lines, but he is taken out by some Vitality members off the respawn, and as we're getting closer towards that 75-point marker in the first half of this S&D, sorry, not this S&D, of this domination, it is looking like Vitality is going to lead, and by a sizable margin from their good side.
Yep, and seeing that Vitality's already had to invest some of their operators, some of their score streaks in order to maintain that, once again, not a good sign, and especially if Revenant has been able to save those for the second half, they didn't really have any need to use it, unless you're just trying to maximize the number of kills you can get. And you can see Oil, even though he's only got 4 kills on the board, already going to be on a death machine right here. And if they can get him to start performing a little bit more solidly, especially on strong side, this could be a piece of cake. But Death is on the flank. They're waiting for him right there. Monk's trying to get it as well, but Bones is set up and shutting down that flank, trying to push for the C flip. Big start right here for Revenant.
Oil did a fantastic job defending that C-Hill push off the start. He knew exactly what his opponent was going to try to play for early, and now Vitality, they got the B-Hill a lot earlier. Revenant got the B-Hill a lot earlier than Vitality in the first half, okay? So we'll see if they can stay consistent with their setup. As you said before, Bobby, they kept most of their score streaks going into this half. Zyro moves in with the Fennec. He's able to win that gunfight. He backs up towards the alley. Bone shifts in with the Holger. He wins that gun battle. And now Revenant, they're feeling comfortable in this moment. Vitality is trying to desperately make that play for C now. But we'll see if Oil can keep defending it.
Yeah, we got a Hunter-Killer going up in the air, and the kill feed is all Revenant right now. They just have the better map control. And honestly, if you're watching closely in game number 1, this isn't too surprising. They were outslaying Vitality pretty significantly, and it was just a last-second push that actually allowed Vitality to get the win. That's a lot tougher to do in a game of domination, because when you get a solid setup that allows you to have good vision onto both B and C, and you're outslaying the opposing team, it's going to be next to impossible to take control. Big gunfight for Jokos, winning that one right there, but it looks like we're getting to that point where the lead is about to go in favor of Revenant. There's still a lot of time to go, but Vitality's going to need to make some type of a push to get map control, as they've not really been able to find anything so far.
Oh, Jokos with another point-blank shorty shot. He is going to be able to find that kill, but Monk comes in with his death machine. He's able to take down a sentry turret. We got some trophy systems going down, some nades coming through. The hill hasn't flipped just yet in favor of Vitality, but yeah, they will have it. But now, using their score streak, it's plenty in the hands of Jokos, and now is the time in which he has to use them. The spawns won't be flipped just yet. It is going to be chaos where these players are spawning here towards the mid-map. A, it seems like it's getting threatened by some of the members of Revenant here towards the later portions of this map. The pressure there, I love that pressure coming in from, I believe that was Monk towards the, actually no, that was Abyss towards the backside of spawn to kind of really distract these players to allow Revenant to get a little bit closer towards this B hill. But Bobby, Vitality may close it out now.
Yeah, that was a huge double kill over on B to keep them in it. Reckless gonna try to evade, but it's gonna be Jokos. Hits the no-scope right there, and that could actually be a game save for Abyss, trying to win the gunfights over on that B flag. He's still alive right now.
Oh no!
Sam's making play after play. He got the double kill. He gets the closer right there. They've only got to hold it for a few more seconds, but Revenant players are pushing in. They're taking it back down. I don't know if they've got enough time to get the cap. I think they're in triple cap territory, and with Death right there with the death machine, that could be enough to seal the deal for Vitality. He's spraying and praying. It's connecting. That's going to be the end of the road. They need a triple cap and fast if they're going to make the comeback happen, and it looks like there's just not enough time for Revenant to turn this one around. The clutch plays from Vitality were just too much.
Too much indeed, and Vitality once again takes down Revenant, but in a more dominant fashion the second time around than the first. This Vitality team, like I said before, they're playing pretty ticked off, all right? And Revenant had to receive the blunt of that force. Now Vitality, they move on towards your grand finals to get some revenge up against Insidious.
Yeah, that's what they needed. They need that confidence boost, that warm-up. Insidious is going to be coming into this with not having played any matches within the last couple of hours. This is a huge opportunity for Vitality, who is looking iffy coming into it, but without a doubt a top 2 team currently in this South Asia region.
Yeah, Vitality is definitely a top 2 team in this region. Them and Insidious, they are the cream of the crop, the best of the best. You're 1 seed and you're 2 seed. There has been, when it came down to the other 6 teams that played this tournament, we saw a lot of squads come out here and play their butts off to be able to make it to stage 5. But as we know, we only had 3 spots to get there. Went to Revenant, Vitality, and Insidious. But in this $2,000 losers finals matchup, Vitality, man, they're going to just keep stacking on the cash as they move on to the grand finals in a $5,000 matchup.
Yep, and really, really crucial plays for them. That no scope at the end, just clean, clean, clean. And the fact that they were able to hold B control for that long from weak side, not an easy thing to do at all. It felt like Revenant got a little bit too passive and they weren't quite sure what they needed to do. They were so focused on playing defense, they forgot to play offense.
Exactly, and Revenant, they had a good bad side half. Okay, they were only down by 25 points, and then you go back and you look how the second half happened. They got the lead changed. They broke that 100-point marker, but in the final few seconds, they lost the composure. They won some big gunfights, and Vitality saved all their score streaks for the right moment to close out that game. What a 3-0 victory there from Vitality. I'm happy to see them finally have woken up here for the day, but now that Vitality has moved on towards the grand finals, let's throw it back to the desk and see what their thoughts was on this series.
That game was absolutely insane. Thank you so much, Blaze and Bobby. You guys are fantastic. But back and forth like a bad argument. These 2 teams were back at it when it came to these respawn game modes. I saw your face. You were watching the game. I said, this is so close. You said, I know. How exciting was it to watch it all go down to the wire in that last series?
I'm getting goosebumps because Revenant was just that close to getting that domination. But you know what? The player for me was Sam's. The shutdown that he did in that B flag was just absolutely nuts. Took down 2 players, and then after that, took down that 1 solo capper.
Yes. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the winner's side of the bracket to see how things have unfolded so far because, whew, today has been a crazy day. We start off the day with an amazing game with Vitality versus Insidious, but you know what the thing is? This is the beauty of it. They're going to meet back with each other again in the grand finals, Mommy.
The grand finals, the coveted 3 spots right now of the South Asia and Middle Eastern region. It's been locked in. We're going to be seeing all these 3 teams that we just saw. It's going to be absolutely crazy.
Yes, and taking a look at the losers bracket right now, Revenant, they're going to be going home. Well, they're home already, so they're going to be staying home. But the good thing is, these 3 teams, even though Revenant lost, like Blaze was explaining, what are they expecting now?
They just got to chill out. They need to watch these 2 teams. These top 2 teams battle it out because these are the teams that you are going to be watching at the very end of the year. December is going to be that particular month that everyone is looking forward to. They need to keep a close eye to really just learn what went wrong in this matchup.
Yeah, so now this is it. This is the nitty-gritty. It has all come down to this, Mommy. If you were to describe to the viewers at home what type of matchup we're going to be expecting for the grand finals, what would you say?
Insidious is not going to make it easy for Vitality.
Ooh!
I'm going to expect a 3-0, but I want Vitality to surprise me. If you are fans of Vitality and Insidious, just keep the chat going. Keep your support.
Well, the chat is full of give Bobby a chair, so maybe they'll support the team as well.
You gave him a chair a while ago.
I gave him a chair. Blaze tried to push me away, but I'm here to help out my teammate. But ladies and gentlemen, we have a banger of a matchup coming up. It's about that time for the grand finals, but before we jump into that, we're going to jump into a small break. We'll see you guys soon for the COD Mobile World Championship. finals.
Yok kardeşim, ben oyun oynamayacağım. Turnuva bitmiştir. Yapacağım, hatta da geri takip yapacağım, sıkıntı yok. Arkadaşlar yayınımızı kapatıyoruz. Bitmiştir. İyi günler, elinize konuda sağlık.